Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Geeky Rollers, where a bunch of us absolutely nerdy people get together on a Monday evening, play Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry, we have been away for over a month. Why did I ever decide I need to be on the same table as the players?
Nah, there you go.
Oh, yes. Sorry, everyone. It has been over a month since we kind of done any streaming. December was an incredibly hectic month for all of us. And last week, one of us got COVID. So, thankfully, recovered and feel fine and great. Absolutely fine. Only because I'm vaccinated, people. Get vaccinated. But, yes, we are back. Unfortunately, still down one Kara and Danita Merriweather, still not feeling 100% and still feels unable to join the group at the minute, which fine, but we do miss her and we do want her back as soon as possible. But anywho, several months, well, about a month or so past now, and we need to carry on. Widescreen.
It's not a very flattering angle of me.
Yeah, I'm gonna still need to mess around with these cameras, guys. So you can tell we've got a new camera set up and everything. Finally figured out how to have 3 cameras at once, and still need to mess around with them.
Okay, I'm not a new girlfriend, but it's kind of centered on my boobs.
Shift it up at the break.
Scout.
Yeah. It was a very rough guesstimate. But anywho,
he thought your face was going to be the same level as the table.
Yeah, okay. I know I'm short, but fucking hell.
Anywho.
Shovel.
I'm helping.
How are you? Not taking him out.
Not going nowhere.
Anywho. So, the party. I was expecting lyrics from that one. After the city of Cajun itself had been attacked by a group of 5 chromatic dragons, the other party managed to escape the city through the help of Nalaraz and his mobile tavern, as it were. Arriving within this city of Dracon in the continent of Alexterra, we're informed of the history behind these dragons and a bit of Nalaraz's own personal and incredibly long history as well. Upon this, a sphinx had turned up and explained the 5 Loa as a mission to get blessed by them to help fight and take down these dragons.
He's still got notes on that.
Yes, take on dragon. You search for them. One of them was not too far off on the very same continent, finding the Black the Black Hawk, and Click, the new Kenku of the party, a little cleric, was blessed by him to help you guys fight the dragons. Upon heading from there via rock, a gargantuan bird, down to a port city. Upon there, you managed to get find a ship, the Mythcaller, captained by a pirate captain, Darlin Lorenz, and formed about a 2-week journey to the Sea of Sands to find the next Loa, Agui, the Red Snake.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Agui. While upon this ship, several things had kind of happened. A few events, including going to a storm and finding another ship to which, after dealing with the pirates, the bloodthirsty pirates upon that ship, you managed to overcome it, find a small host of magical treasures, as well as watch the captain of the ship brutally killed by being keyholed across his own ship.
I think I left my items in the bag.
As
It wasn't important.
as the ship carried on, to it, you still have 1 week left of sailing before you hit the Sea of Sands. I will start this off by asking one person to roll a d10 for me, please.
I'll do that.
So you've been playing around with the...
That is an 8, sir.
An 8.
Very nice.
Alrighty then.
Oh,
This day of travel
We didn't die.
brings upon unruly seas.
Oh.
Oh.
Seas are incredibly harsh, unforgiving today, unsure what could be causing this.
Someone might die.
Completely unsure of what might be causing the seas to be unruly as they are. You all found yourself working a bit harder, trying to keep yourself steady upon the ship. Waves upon waves constantly splashing over onto the ship itself. Causing the speed of the ship to slow down a little bit. More, you can see some lines being formed up by some of the other crew members, or getting buckets out from underneath, of water from underneath the ship itself, in hopes that the ship won't drown or be capsized.
Lovely.
I think my bits of paper on my desk.
Is that D&D related?
Yep.
That's a lot of notes. Good lord.
Use our note taker. Print out our spring. Regale us a story.
I'm very busy trying to remember what the fucking hell I picked up last time around.
Stuff.
Things and stuff.
Lots of
and
stuff.
things.
Stuff and things with the things and the stuff.
Shiny stuff that I left at home.
Shouldn't leave your shinies at home.
I thought I put it back in the dice bag.
Oh no.
Clearly I did not.
Well then.
It's fine. It's not.
Okay, who fucked with the weather? This is shit.
Don't look at me.
I didn't do
I'm not a
anything.
weather person. I'm a cultivating person.
But you're a druid.
Yeah, I can't control the weather. Can I? I look at my druid book.
Druid handbook. How to druid.
Druid for dummies.
This is generally the first time any of you have seen him pull this out in front of you. Forgetting the fact he's doing this in front of you, he does have like a little leather-bound book that literally says "How to Druid for Dummies."
Is it mushroom hide?
Yeah. Yes, mushroom.
Ironically, it's mushroom, and you kind of look at the pages, and they just seem like some leaf or grass almost made up.
I
Like-
didn't know he could read a book like that.
Looking at the
I can
pages, I think
read.
he mostly keeps it to smoke.
Yeah. I don't actually have any weather control spells. I think it's because I went down the nature route, didn't I? Of the cleric one.
I mean, I've got
yeah.
elemental blast, but I can't control the weather.
I can do things like gust of wind,
Yeah, we've got plenty of that at the
Just
minute. by the sounds of
beans related. Just do beans.
Due to the fact it is unruly seas, for any of you who end up venturing upon above deck, as you all aren't overly used to sailing and being on the sea, especially during this time, you will all need to make dexterity checks to make sure you're able to stay and not accidentally be knocked off ship.
Well, I'm pretty sure I stayed in the cabin the entire time.
Okay?
it. Yeah, I don't want to get my no,
Just straight dexterity.
Yep, straight dexterity.
That would be a 10.
10. Yep, fine.
That heavy.
You manage to. Anytime you kind of went above.
How much did you
I'm gonna bring you off in the cabin.
I think someone had a bit too much to drink last night.
Wow. Sorry.
Didn't fall off the boat.
So
I'll start rolling another character.
you start to head up the steps, the steep steps to get up onto the main deck. As you get to the top, that's when a massive wave just from nowhere comes, hits the port side of the ship, left side of the ship, as it kind of goes, and you just topple over.
Being at my secret stash, boy.
Two of the deckhands manage to grab you just as you're about to go over.
Okay.
About to hit a cannon, topple over, and then just manage to grab you just before you kind of go over. You do take 3 points of bludgeoning damage from hitting the cannon. Because obviously not.
It's a cannon.
Yeah. Metal encased cannon.
I'm going to go back low. I thought I could help, but no. Apparently not.
Not today, Satan.
So, you said you're about a week out on sea. You got about roughly a week before you hit to the next, to the your
Healing
desired area. Is there anything anyone would like to do in this week?
Not
of
die.
traveling? Other than not dying.
Cast healing word.
Pop your rib back in that came out.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Can't think of anything. Like,
Yeah, I don't have a
you can fix that, but you can't fix my dignity.
I can try.
Nope.
I'm not sure how.
darling, you have dignity for days.
Yeah,
You're
I
fine.
have very little I can do on a boat. Apart from what I'm already doing, which is
Cultivating your mushrooms.
cultivating my mushrooms. And being a general nuisance to the public.
So what you do on
No,
a
you
daily
can't
basis.
really
anyway.
practice with a longbow on a ship, can you?
Not without either trying to set a target on the main deck area, which would have the longest point, or losing a bunch of arrows to the sea itself.
That was my arrows.
Can you fire him into a bag of holding and then just take them out again?
I think that count is piercing the bag of holding.
Well, not if it just went straight in the middle and into a void.
Not only how the bag of holding would work kind of thing either, because you need to be able to physically put stuff into the bag of holding itself for it to kind of work in that.
Why?
That just sounds like
Too much effort.
that just sounds like a challenge.
No, God.
Challenge accepted.
Of course it is. Give D&D players any chance to have a challenge, and they'll find a way to make it challenging.
Yeah, we will. Give us any form of challenge and we will make it even more challenging.
Yes.
Or just take a nap.
Yeah.
So,
Bye, guys.
I'm not in character, but yeah.
so the day goes on. Next day comes. Long rest is had, kind of thing. So you can keep on long rest. Who wants to roll a D10 for today?
Ah! 8.
8 again.
Shit.
8 again.
Are we on rough seas again?
Yeah, the storm
continues.
has caused the seas and rolling seas
below decks!
just carry on 2 days in a row. And as
Okay, who pissed them off?
even Clicks just like no, not going up, no, not going up, no. So, just kind of stays in
huddled
the.
in her hammock.
Yeah. I forgot we had hammocks.
Yep, you have nice hammocks which are. I mean, staying in the. If you're going to stay in the hammock all day, make a Constitution check.
No,
If D&D players can take the DM's words literally, the DM can take the player's words literally as well.
That is 11.
11.
You can get your own mop and bucket. I ain't doing that.
You feel the urge so many times throughout the second day of this unruly seas of just wanting to throw up your body. It's like the gun. You don't
I
get
spent
seasick.
all day on the first day. Second day.
You don't get seasick, but because this is a proper like medieval fantasy, there aren't things as roller coasters, so your body doesn't understand this constant movement and what almost feels like. And at one point, even the hammock even does a full 30-60 flip
Nice.
in the air, and you, Hannah, think that's nice. Lisa Bell's there's like holding it. You managed to hold it in. It only did a DC of 10. Just wasn't going to be that cruel on it, but just like because you're so not used to this constant waving and motion. And the few times you have been on a ship, it's been very calm seas, and you've not had to worry about anything else other than just being a princess and enjoying the ride, kind of thing.
Fucking royalty.
Somebody else can fucking roll.
We're going to day 3.
No pressure.
1. Third day, the unruly seas, the kind of brewing, what looks like brewing storm, lets up.
Here we go.
Sun is beaming across. You can just.
Thank you for natural 1. You did well.
The seas have calmed down. You can just see an open, good sea, wind perfect into the sails as you're going along, making up what wasn't a great amount of lost time from it, but the sails did have to be dampened to help not be succumb to the unruly seas, kind of thing. On the third day, if I'm right, the job Isabel took was looking at the maps and charts and everything, right? So on the third day, you've kind of finally ventured
Safe to go up.
back out to the cabin, up and into, not to the captain's cabin, but in the same area. You go through the doors, and instead of going straight onto the captain's cabin, you go to the right, to the chart room, where everything is. You're kind of looking over the charts, and you've seen, like, it takes you a few minutes to find the right chart to the right part of the world you're at. And, like, they have several charts for different open seas, and some continents they have to go to for whatever reason. It takes you a few moments, and you notice on the charts several islands, many of them unnamed in your areas, in this area. And you figure that they're unnamed because, well, they're so small there's no point in naming these islands or no one's claimed a stake. There are about almost every island different little symbols.
Okay.
Make an intelligence check.
How intelligent am I feeling today? Oh, very apparently. That's 11 again.
11. You start to think you can understand what some of these symbols might mean. You are not 100% sure on a lot of them. There's some that resembles like bird of some sorts, or some like crosses, things like that. You can understand what the symbols are, but you can't understand what the relation they are to the island, possibly. Or the island
Because I'm not a
above.
pirate.
It's not so much just not being pirate, it's that they have, like, this ship probably has a code for what all of these mean.
You probably do. Surely it'll be academic rather than intelligent, but okay.
It wouldn't be, because that wouldn't be something you would have read. It would have been something specific.
Could have been. You don't know what I read as a child. Isabel kind of turns to anyone else that's in the room, because I don't actually know.
There is one other crew member in there currently at the minute, and it's more just kind of taking stock of all the charts and everything, and trying to make sure everything is in the right place. And there's like, how can I help?
What do these symbols mean on this map?
Oh, that's actually quite easy to understand. The symbols kind of different mean what, like terrain or environment, or what might be on the island. For instance, crosses are basically don't go kind of thing. Dangerous, usually inhabited by either monsters or some other people might have stake claim, and don't exactly like outside visitors or things like that.
Okay, that one I kind of figured.
Things like the little, and you kind of see like, if you ever like drawing a picture when you're a kid, and you just like do birds and distance, you just do that little kind of almost M kind of look, and it's like those ones are kind of like good more for animal huntings or things like that. And he kind of tells off all he doesn't even know all of them himself. He's still apparently quite new, and
when did we pick him up?
but you get a general rough idea. About 20 minutes into him kind of explaining each and every symbol that he knows, and then starts talking about what he kind of experiences some of these islands himself while being part of this crew. Milo Shellock, the Tortle Quartermaster,
That's what his name was.
walks in. He's like, yeah, I was hoping one of y'all be in here at least, or fine. Can't seem to find anyone else of the minute. You can get out back on deck. I'll be here sorting. stuff out. And actually, could you get the rest of her friends and
My little
whatnot?
posse.
The gang.
Yeah, some want to show them all. So two of you and Click are approached by this kind of looks kind of youngish, probably early 20s human. Dressed as just
Tiny woman.
See one of those in months.
you're on a pirate ship, and most of the
Yes.
pirates in this world are human.
He's been living under a mushroom for the last couple of weeks.
Y'all found he's got some muscle to him, but he's in certain places he's a lot more kind of skin and bones going at the minute. And he eventually kind of finds all you guys like, yeah, Quartermaster's looking for you guys. Once you guys get to the chart room upstairs. Yeah.
Okay.
He's done with us. He's gonna find an iron. He's gonna drop us off and leave us there.
I mean, if I was them, I definitely would. It would be like the worst crew.
Well, it's your friendship with Anton Blackheart that's the reason why.
Yeah.
This can only go so far.
Yeah, and I think we might be tarnishing his
bridges.
reputation as well.
Well, to be fair, he's only. You don't even know what actually Blackheart has said to this captain to make him as friendly as he is towards you, but you kind of get the feeling that what he's probably said is enough to impress him to bring along and other things as well, and this and the other. So you all eventually head up to the chart room. It's like, oh, good, right. So just want to inform y'all exactly where we're going to be dropping y'all off before we head back off down to Blackfeather. Now, how familiar are any of you with this Sea of Sands, especially in this last year or so?
Never been.
Never
there.
been. No.
Oh,
Not a
good.
holiday
And you
destination.
just see kind of Click just shaking his head. And alright, good, okay. He pulls out this one, looks through some charts, like, alright, that's the one.
Yeah, can't say it's really high on my list of honeymoon destinations.
And we're given a map of the Sea of Sands.
He's been playing.
For everyone watching this, I will post this on Facebook after the stream today, so you all can view the stuff I've been working on.
Ooh.
So, it's city Eldon, the very here, and he points down to this bit. So here, it's a small port, about half hour or so away from there that we'll be dropping y'all off on, getting some supplies ourselves and heading back down. I don't mean to pry, and I'm sure you may have told the captain this or not, and he's not keeping his lips sealed. Why y'all heading to the Sea of Sands?
Reasons.
Reasons.
Are we,
Someone
are we
we need
talking
to find.
to the pirates? Like, as in, like, what we're doing, or we're just on the boat?
Well, I'm going to assume that because you haven't openly told me that you've kind of told them what you're doing, I'm going to assume
No.
that you haven't, that you've kept your
I
reasons.
can't see why we would tell them.
Yeah.
It's not common knowledge that we need everyone to know.
No.
And frankly, I'm not certain who would be and wouldn't be working for the dragons.
Exactly.
Especially pirates.
Pirates. You say pirates.
Pirates? Yar.
Spring, make a history check. With advantage, because this has to do with like pirates, seaworthy stuff, and as your swashbuckler.
Well,
Oh yeah, I got a massive bonus on this. Thank fuck for advantage. 18.
18. So, you know, for the most part, that pirates don't like cults. They don't like dealing with any form of cults. And the one that they're more worried about is not the cult, the Society of Chaos that deals with the dragons. They're having an issue with their kind of almost cousin cult, the Order of Chaos, who deals in slavery and things like that. Something which pirates, being humans, who used to be made slaves in this world, are vehemently against.
Right.
So, you know, you could probably openly talk about the deal with the dragons, because they're going to be like, well, there's a cult following them, we don't want really anything to do with them. But you know, at the same time, they're cutthroat pirates,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, you know, personally, that they wouldn't be opposing you in this. But at the same time, it's like, how far can you trust them as far as you
Yeah.
can throw them, kind of thing.
No, that's good. Possibly what it's going to take is a good bit of gold, and they'll be selling us out.
Not necessarily cults.
That only helps if.
But that's most
in the cult.
most you would know on that, is that they wouldn't deal with cults or anything like that.
No,
Okay.
just have someone to find and speak to.
You know where you might need to be going in the Sea of Sands.
At present, no.
Points towards the middle of it to here. Well, that would be the capital of this continent, Angolan. High Elf Emperor of some sort, I think. I think he titled himself Emperor. I can't exactly recall. Too many titled people to
Self-titled
maintain.
emperor is one step below self-titled God King.
I don't know much about him. I know he's quite just and fair, and most people there are happy with his ruling, albeit if he doesn't turn the blind eye or so to some of the other seedier parts of the city, as I'm sure most people in power have a tendency to do for.
So you need
Right.
to would it be worth mentioning there?
But, yeah, that would be best place to start looking if whatever you're looking for, someone there. If you can get an audience with this emperor, he might know a thing or two.
Might there be coastal traders we could take?
Might be, but I might have an easier way for you all to get from Eldon to Angolan. And he holds up the scroll, handing it to you, Lisabel.
Oh.
This
The trustworthy one.
Yeah.
Well, she's the one that knows nothing more about arcane out of everyone present.
Yep, can't deny that.
No, definitely can't.
It's a scroll that I can tell you that no one on this ship is definitely going to be using. No reason for us to use it in any form or any way. As you kind of open the scroll, you see the normal kind of arcane runes that when activated the scroll written in Elvish.
Yes.
As majority of scrolls, especially like arcane scrolls, is elves and Dragonborn are the two main ones that practice and focus in the arcane of arts. You understand, it's a scroll of windwalking spell, which basically would allow you and up to 10 willing creatures to turn into a gaseous form
God.
for 8 hours, allowing you 300 feet of travel, and the only action you can take is the dash. Basically realizing he's basically handing you a tool as a basically fast travel method.
Yeah, 600 feet per round, basically.
That quick.
That quick.
Yeah,
Dick
600 feet per 6 seconds. That's 100. That's quick.
Yep.
That's a lot of movement.
I wouldn't know how move in that kind of state, but I know it takes about.
Literally fucking fast travel.
Yeah, but I know it takes about a couple of days at least
Done.
from Eldon to Angolan. Especially, I mean, he kind of points down to the mountain ranges and some of the jungles on the other side of them. It's like not exactly the best place to be traveling through if unprepared and things like that. Creatures, bandits, stuff you wouldn't want to really run
Nice.
into, and things like that. But yeah, Angolan would be definitely a place to be going if you want to find any kind of information and
Okay.
stuff.
Thank you.
Things like that.
What does it give you?
We go zoom zoom.
I like zoomies.
We go zoomies.
Okay.
You definitely like zoomies.
Thank you.
I'll let you guys have a little look around and so you have an idea of the continent you're coming up to, at least.
We go zoomy zoom.
Need it?
Zoom.
Remember, need anything, you just follow for me and I'll be there in a jiffy.
Thank
Kind of he
So about
moves.
2 days.
Sorry?
Said about 2 days. I was saying it's out of character.
Yeah, so you're on, technically, was it your day 10 out of 14, so you got 4 more days travel, roughly, till you get to the continent. Yeah, we're doing quick maths, aren't you?
Nice.
What's that?
That's the number of feet per hour.
And that's 8 hours.
Yeah, let's figure out miles per hour.
Ray has the scroll of zoom. That's what I'm calling it now. That's literally what it's going to get called.
So 4 of you are left in this chart room. The map of Sea of Sands laid out nicely in front of you.
That's handy.
Yeah,
Look at that.
that's cool.
You seem to be given enough time to possibly copy the map or try and memorize certain parts of it.
This time I wish I had photographic memory.
Or
Both Asbel or
Picture.
me. God, the camera's in the way. That's fine. You'll post it on Facebook later.
Yeah.
Remind him.
yeah.
Anything else for this third day?
Zoomies.
Probably gonna start trying to entertain the troops, as it were.
Yep, make a performance check.
Oh, fuck's sake, 9. All my dice hate me today.
Oh dear.
You need a bigger dice, Joe.
Yeah, I really do.
Make a dice prison camp. Put them all in. Put them to work.
I mean, you do a decent enough job, and you do what you do, but you just seem like the crew are just more interested in trying to get more speed out at the minute and things like that, and anything else. They don't seem to be paying too much attention. They seem to be happy to have like some background music to the work for the day, but
I'll just
You've
use it
not
to
heard
try and
that
develop
song.
some new riffs. Figure out some new little fills and stuff, and
Do some noodling.
yeah.
I'm just putting this
Accidentally
in.
invent thrash.
On a flute.
Flash fruit. Could you play a flute for an overdrive pedal? I bet you could.
I bet you can.
Can you palm mute a flute? Would that work?
You could. Yeah, you can make softer tones with it, because you can like flatten your lip down or something over it, can't you?
I don't know. I've never played a flute.
alright. 4 and 5.
So as I was adding it to my equipment, the scroll,
Or did you delete?
no,
Oh.
it tried to put it down as a scroll of zombies.
I'd take one of those.
Yeah.
If
I was
not,
recreate
because
the
I was
fluid.
not
typing
doing a
scroll of
third
zombies.
multi-class as a wizard to do necromancy stuff.
That's okay, I'll grow my own zombies.
Yeah, I wanted to
God,
make
here
sure
comes the
it's
last
I
of
never
us.
do the thriller
video.
No, it's going to be The Last of Us.
Yeah, what those...
Different order.
This type of fungus, isn't it? That,
Yeah.
that like controls ants. I want that.
Yeah.
Well, that stuff out of Resident
These are
Evil.
Moorish. Look how I got them.
No, actually, I don't know.
God. Yeah. Pretty good. I have this shit. What?
This is why the DM is not allowed to eat. I'll click roll to 1, so it's another bright, lovely sunny day. Seems 2 days in a row of unruly and annoyingly bad seas to 2 days of pure, nice, wonderful sunshine and calm seas.
Yeah. You might as well make it like a cruise for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Get the sun lounges out and
Chill
have some
out.
cocktails.
Yeah.
Practice my golf off the side of the ship. What?
Do you actually do that?
Well, I've got to invent golf first, I suppose. Yeah, you spend the next 2 days inventing golf.
Okay,
You've got to make
roll
money
a
somehow.
d20. Just roll a d20. Just out of
That's a free.
a 3.
I invented mini golf.
No, mini golf's a good game.
You rummage through. You rummage through. You had this crazy idea in your head, and you start rummaging through the bag of holding, trying to find like some sticks and some like little balls. You managed to find like a handful of bullets Anton had accidentally left for his pistols at the bottom of the bag of holding that no one knew were still there. And you managed to find a stick, and you managed to kind of wonk the end of it enough, and you stand up, and you're Goliath. You're huge. So this little stick you kind of mentioned, it looks tiny
Like
in your
crackers going.
hand as you start taking these little bullet pellets and whacking them off the side of the ship on the ground.
Best day ever.
I thought I had a pouch of ball bearings, but I don't.
No. I was going to say, if it went so
it's-
wrong, I couldn't find the ball, so I started using eggs and it wasn't going well. Keep breaking!
The worst part is that bullet pellets for the pistols are like that big.
Yeah, and
To
my
us,
dexterity is not good.
You're a Goliath.
They're like BBs.
Yeah, they are like probably like BBs for BB guns.
Yeah.
Kind of thing to you. So you're
BB guns.
so most of the time you're missing, but eventually you hit. But because it's so small in your eyes, you can't see where it goes. You just
Hear a seagull.
make a perception check. Actually, make a perception check.
Oh, yeah. No,
Shit.
That's a 16. Oh, I've lost it. I've lost it. Come back. No, that's the wrong one. I'll learn how to play D&D one day.
One day.
Worst part is I can probably find it quicker than
Yeah. Right. Oh, that's a 21.
a 21. Every so often when you actually manage to hit one of these little pellets, about a minute or so later you hear of it splashing into the sea.
Best
Good
game
shit.
ever.
Roll a d20 and add your dexterity bonus to it.
That would be 0. That's a 7.
It's a 7, right? Okay. You hit one. You managed to hit one. You can feel the fact that you hit it, and you look up and then you wait for the hear the little tiny splash. Instead, as what looks like a pigeon of some sort flies, swoops down.
Let's do it for tonight.
Nice!
About
I'm going to call that shot a birdie.
about 40 or 50 feet away from the ship is now just this dead pigeon with a metal ball in its head from a cup butt, and it just starts floating away behind. And then you hear like a round of applause for a few of the pirates who are
Thank you.
stood by watching.
Quiet. That's the
this.
quiet
I
game.
think after that pun we need a break.
That wasn't a pun, I'm inventing the rules.
We need to recover from that.
Take 5. Who wants to roll a d10?
I'm having an existential crisis right now. I just can't.
Yeah, the other one who you haven't broken by that.
That's a 4.
4.
Kraken!
No! Don't give me ideas.
no, not another hentai episode.
Not again.
Denise is not here.
So, 1 second. Sorry, drop the fucking dice.
It's not my fault, you asked me to roll.
What have you done?
So, day 5. The day still starts normal. Nice, sunny, calm seas. You see, this particular day, it seems Captain Dylon has taken the helm himself. He's now at the wheel of the ship, sailing the ship proper. It seems, even in his captaincy, he still likes to sail the ship and feel that kind of same thing when he felt when he was much younger, sailing smaller ships. You kind of see him kind of scanning the coast. So eventually you hear from the crow's nest, Captain, I think we got something coming up behind us.
What did you do?
There's something
This
weird
is the
behind
next
us.
day.
He-
This
He
is
turns-
the next day.
He turns around.
It's an army of angry pigeons. Out for revenge.
He turns around, gets the proper helmsman over his head, and he stands at the kind of the stern of the ship, looking out behind. And I see him focus, pulls something out from his cloak and looks at it.
This is no time to be checking social media. What's going on?
More sail now!
You heard the man.
No!
Off we go!
You're all capable fighters, right?
You've seen us fight.
Yeah.
There's a Kraken coming up.
What?
Oh,
Actually, genuinely, you rolled for the sea creatures, and I rolled a 1, which is what the Kraken was.
alright, see you later.
Well then. Hey, I only rolled 1 dice. He finished it off.
So,
It could have been anything. It could have been like a duck.
so
Yeah.
the
I
Kraken.
would have rather the dog.
Howard the angry duck.
I actually have this stats for the Quack Thulu.
That probably would
Somewhere. I don't know. So you're unsure currently how far it is off. Captain's asking Marcel. Kraken has definitely seen the ship and seems to be beelining towards you at about. It swims feet about 60 feet, so 120 feet every 6 seconds. Or yeah, 120 feet every 6 seconds.
This is scroll work over water.
Yeah, but it takes one. The scroll takes, as in your reading of it, the scroll does take 1 minute to cast and use. 2, you'll be stuck in gaseous form, still vulnerable to attacks, just resistance. Just have resistance to slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing damage.
How fast are ship
Able to
going?
go 600 feet per round, though. We'd be out of here.
Yeah. And then, after 8 hours, still over the sea, plop in the middle of the sea, middle of nowhere, back into the water.
My rough calculations, that's about 70 miles an hour.
Still be in the sea.
For 8 hours.
Yeah, still be in the sea. You still got 3 days to get to...
How fast is this ship?
Oh, it's hell, apparently.
It's doing a couple hundred miles a day. Fucking hell. I suppose
Should we accelerate to it?
if they're selling 24 hours a day, then yeah.
Yeah. So they know... You kind of worked this out. And you particularly now worked this out, that this is one of the ships that does have... And only now have you kind of realized, you looked around and you actually see occasionally where the... fucking everything for the sails now, there are actually crystals embedded into it, which actually do help with a small amount of wind power to make the ship go a little bit faster. Magic crystals kind of use of that. I've only ever heard of them on some of the airships. I've only ever heard them really on airships, which help keep them afloat, basically. This is apparently also meant to help make that ship a bit lighter, to be taken by the wind a bit better. So full canvas has now been set, and you can see the gun crews are going crazy, getting cannons loaded up and getting ready.
How long does attunement take?
Sorry?
How long does it take to attune an item?
About a half hour to an hour, give or take. It's about a short rest.
Captain,
Yeah.
how long do we have before the Kraken closes on us, if it does?
If it does, I'm going to say it's going to be a tricky 3 hours between now and when it possibly does.
Okay.
If we keep up this speed and the wind's
Keep
behind us, stays behind us.
I'll just pop down below decks. Back in a minute. Or an hour.
Go shopping the swords.
I'm attuning the instrument of the bards and attuning the bronze dragon rope.
Hey!
Good
Right.
man.
Dragon!
Just going to saunter back on top with some rather splendiferous robes.
So this is
I
going
had to repair.
to be a little bit of a skills check on everyone's behalf for this. I'm going to be helping as much. Everyone's really trying to get you to help out as much. So the first hour, not be spring as he's attuning. I spend a bit of time attuning to the robe. But the first hour, I'll need, so it'll be Bell, Flake, and Click will be making certain skill checks. So as everything's kind of happening on you kind of rush off, Spring rushes off downstairs, and you, Flake, because you've been working a lot more with the gunpowder and everything, are asked to kind of go down below and help get some of the cannons and get the cannonballs over. So if you can make a strength check
Sure.
for the first hour.
Oh boy. That's a 7.
7. Right.
Drop a cannonball on your foot.
I'll put my shoulder out playing golf.
Right.
You can go for albatross.
Yeah.
Alright, so for these spells, I've been mainly on charts, but you're kind of looking at you, it's like, is there something else you can do on this ship that's going to either help us move faster or...
Just being here.
I mean, I've got gust of wind that makes the ship go quicker.
You're being useless. Stop being so useless. Fucking bastard.
I feel it is. Mum not getting MCO ticket.
Make a general intelligence check for Belle.
And to be fair, that was, in character, not out of
Yeah, I
character.
know.
So.
I have you know I'm very fucking intelligent. That's an 18.
18. Right, so you kind of look around, and about the week and a half you've been on the ship, you've picked up a bit more than you kind of thought you had. As you're helping a lot with some of the ropings and getting all the things kind of ready, and things like that, as well as make sure all the cannons and everything are set up proper. Click.
It's just gonna wing it.
Pretty much.
Okay, I don't actually realise what I just said there.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Click is trying his best to.
Don't take me.
It's kind of like.
Half-hour drive to go and be inflicted with puns.
Sorry.
Not inflicted. Embrace them.
You've missed this.
Yeah.
Puns are the greatest form of comedy. I love puns. I genuinely do.
He does.
See, Click just isn't being helpful. He's like unsure. He's not even heard of what a Kraken is. And he's like, what's a Kraken?
Big ugly sea beast.
And you kind of seem slightly terrified now. Big
Well,
dragons you
shit.
can understand. A big sea beast, like, what?
Oh shit.
Breaking into the second hour. The Kraken has...
Not gained on us.
Let's have a
Kraken's-
good crack at it, though.
See, you embraced it.
Yes.
The Kraken still has interest in you, still chasing down the ship at the minute as it's going. It has encroached a little bit closer. Enough now that you can actually, you guys can now, looking out at the rear of the ship, you can now see the actual line or the kind of like, just where the Kraken is breaking the surface and it's causing the water to kind of jet the thing inside it. You can now starting to see it getting closer.
How you doing? Come
Kraken.
for a cuppa.
Ship is moving at a decent speed. The Kraken is moving just slightly faster than it.
Yes.
Dickhead.
Right. So, hour 2, is there anything anyone would like to try and do in this hour to try and see if they can help either give more speed to the ship or ready the ship for a possible combat
I'd
encounter?
like to dominate beast on the Kraken. No, I won't do that. That would not work. Imagine. Now I own a Kraken. Excellent.
Well, being the Kraken isn't a beast,
No.
the spell wouldn't work whatsoever.
No.
So,
But yes, gust of wind. I'm going to try
You're gonna
gust of
do-
wind on the sails.
yep, gust of wind. Let's have you, just for shit's grins and giggles, because natural ones are fucking hilarious, roll a d20 and add your spell
Attack.
modifier.
Not spell one.
Yes, yeah, spell attack modifier thing for it.
That is a 25.
25. So, you kind of stand there for a minute and you're kind of looking at the two-mast ship that this is.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to work out which sails would be the best one to put some wind behind. You realize, well, the wind is already hitting the back one, so if you go to the front one, manage to get a decent gust of wind into it, you do manage to pick the speed up a little bit for about 20 or so minutes before the speed kind of gently comes to a standstill. Is it a cantrip or an actual
It's a spell. I've started on the earliest one, level 2.
on level 2? Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so is that, yeah. Okay, well, say for the hour then, not for 20 minutes. I thought it was a cantrip for some stupid reason. So I think I was thinking of a different
Generous.
spell.
No,
Um,
I can do like slight breeze.
Uh,
Because again, one of my
no, you do a proper gust of wind. You manage to, the ship managed to get him out, and you manage to be able to increase the distance between you and the Kraken with that spell.
Good.
Anything else he wants to do in this hour?
Do it again.
This is still the same hour, so
Okay.
you're still doing that.
Just
I can't.
still helping out.
Yeah, just help out around the ship.
So, there's
Yep.
no spell I can
You're
use
entertaining the
to
troops.
help either.
So there's not much
USOs.
all you can do than just kind of getting ready and just like everyone is just kind of like bracing. Like there are a handful of people who are just stood in the middle of like some of the decks, unsure what to do because everything in the first hour has been done. You've loaded, cannons are loaded, sails are at full canvas and things like that. There's not much you can do until either the Kraken gives up the chase or catches up. Right. So the end of that.
Kevin wants to know, I haven't got any sources for Bronze Dragon stats. Which cat?
Sorry?
Age? Bronze Dragon does it give me?
Did I not put on there?
No.
We'll go.
Oh, hang on. Adult, yeah, it's not. Hang on.
Hiding just at the top.
Right, it's like that. It's underneath my phone.
Yeah. Probably could pull up. So, At the end of that, Kraken is still following, but doesn't seem as interested now. It seems to start slowing down a little bit itself. Unsure of where this sudden burst of speed has come from.
Boozled.
Oh no. What is this sorcery? Witch, a witch.
Hey,
Have some bit more.
that's call me out like that.
Get some more. That's way there. So coming into the third hour, you cast spell again.
Yep, yeah. They often use many spell slots, so let's get rid of them.
You use another spell slot. Speed that you've been dealing with the last hour keeps up, still keeps going. And again, if there's anything else anyone can think of doing in this last hour,
Give him some of my magic.
Yeah, this rope's ability only lasts 10 minutes. I'm holding it in case
Yeah.
it closes right down.
So you're kind of, so I take it you got the kind of really ship just watching and waiting.
Yep.
Make a perception check while you're there. Make another d20 roll with your spell modifier, spell casting modifier.
Oh! Ooh.
Is that? Oh yeah!
Who did I blow off the ship? I'm facing the wrong way. I'm blowing the ship
You got
back.
distracted and
So-
turned round.
Just on a tangent here. I said I was helping him.
Does that mean I get to do it again?
Magic.
I mean,
I can't literally do anything else around the ship.
okay, can just for headcanon space and kind of see how this works. How are you helping him cast a spell you don't even know how to do?
Motivation.
Now remember, remain centered when you're casting. Drop on your chi and your energy tones. And
You
all
can
the
do
jazz.
it. You can do it.
Who is a druid?
Be the wind in your own sails.
You know that.
Why is
That
the
was
bard
just the
doing
next
it?
motivation if I can speak enough. I wish
Be
I had
the
to
wind.
go past.
Be the wind, Flake. Be the wind.
So, the spell itself only lasts 6 seconds. I think. How, does the spell have a duration period, or is it just a 6?
I think it's just an instant.
That's
isn't
fine,
it?
I just suppose the
It's like
answer.
an attack, isn't it? Let me just double check that. Just concentration up to 1 minute.
It's 1 minute.
Ooh.
Right, cool.
Do
So,
it, brace
you're just
concentration.
kind of watching the sails. They're still kind of billowing from the first one. And as you can see, the sails starting to lax slightly a little bit. And you go ready to cast a spell again. And as they do, the ship kind of slows down a bit more than you realize. As you go to cast it, fall forward, turn completely around, cast a spell at the other sails behind
Going
you.
in reverse. Can do some drifting.
Everyone else goes.
As it happens, that does slow the speed of the ship tremendously. I need everyone but you to roll dexterity saving throws.
I got a 17 from your perception, by the way.
Yeah, we'll slow down in just 1 sec.
Dex save.
I'm fine. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, 21.
Cool. Sorry guys, are fine. Mostly, it's definitely taking the crew a little bit of a shock. The only time it takes damage, so it's just more of a shock trying to see if you catch yourself and not being knocked prone. It's fair few of the crew members are. So 17, you see at the end of this kind of hour, you kind of see the Kraken. It looks like he seems to be slowing down. It looks like almost to be giving up the chase. And then suddenly, you're kind of grabbing the back of the rails as the ship kind of takes a sudden slow in speed.
It's just not my day.
In that, you notice the first thing, you just kind of look back up, and the first thing you notice is the Kraken has realized this and taken a sudden renewed interest in the ship. Still about 2 hours, about a fair ways distance. Still going to be like a couple of hours before it does hit you.
I don't care about that, or do I just want to have some fun? Yeah, fuck it. Let's put it off. Literally gonna jump off the back of the boat and turn into a bronze dragon as I do so.
So, It's happened.
Take off!
You guys are kind of recovering from this kind of this, and you're getting up, and you just look at the back as you just see Spring up onto the banister, jump, and activating the cloak. The cloak just envelops him in this bronze dragon, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep, in this bronze kind of color, and suddenly, almost like a cocoon, and suddenly two massive wings spread out as suddenly an adult bronze dragon is now there instead of Spring, flying full speed towards the Kraken.
Yep.
So Kraken's speed is... where are my notes?
friend.
So 120 swim speed, bronze flight speed,
80.
80. So
Close rate
yeah.
of 120.
Yep, so it's almost head to head. Actually, what is? Not quite yet. Right. You kind of notice that the Kraken has noticed you flying towards it, and starts kind of slows down. And the water is clear. You weren't over expecting the water to be this clear, but it is, and you see the titanic form of this Kraken now in full splendor, massive, long, almost kind of like somewhere a mixture of like a shark and a whale's body. Not size, but just in the shape of it, with 10 tentacles all kind of swarming around, and you see a few of them starting to creep up. You hear in your head, "Oh, this is a surprise."
Roughly how long are those tentacles?
Long.
Long.
Long. You don't know exactly how long.
How
Right.
girthy would you say they were?
I'm not going anything below 80 foot above the water.
You're in safe distance there.
Yeah.
Minute, then
Because I don't fucking need to.
Yeah.
it's kind of reached. Well, this will be fun. Roll
Just gonna
initiative.
wait until I'm with it. Okay, I've got to use the dragon stat for that. 17.
Right, cool. So, in this whole thing, you do go first. He rolled a 5, got 5 on
Cool.
his.
I'm just going to stay 8 feet above the water, and when I get within range, which is 90 foot, I'm going to blast him with lightning breath.
Yep. So yeah. So this is what I mean. So this is what happens. Dead on it as you get in. You're rolling to initiative.
Yep.
As he weighing, because his telepathy is 120 feet. So when you're kind of like floating 80 feet above him, that's when you hear the voice in your head as he stopped looking up at you. Forward-facing eyes, and she's just looking up at you. Massive gate, massive mouth. You realize that he could take you in one bite,
Probably.
even in that form.
Just trying to put him off.
So you're going to use lightning breath, yeah?
Yep.
So he needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which is pants is a 12.
That fails. That's 71 points of lightning damage. I'll roll to see if I regenerate my breath weapon.
Is he?
I don't this round.
Bugger.
I don't know, he's surrounded by water, maybe there's a little bit more.
It's more absorbent.
Yeah.
Right, so 71, you said, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Right. At the end of your turn, he's going to use he's going to use up all 3 of his legendary. Oh no, sorry, just 2 of his legendary actions, and he is going to cast his lightning storm ability.
Cool.
You, as the dragon, need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Damage immunity, lightning.
So suddenly over you see these clouds kind of going off, striking through.
I just
And you're
deliberately fly, just lazily through them.
To that point, now it's his turn. At that point, he's like, "Oh, fine," and starts heading straight back towards the ship.
Okay.
Ship has gone a little bit further away now.
Yep.
But now he is making a beeline, fucking move and dashing towards the ship.
Cool. Just gonna head right after him.
Cool.
Dashing if I have to.
Top Gun theme
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
You're heading.
I'll ask permission to, fly by the tower in a minute.
So, as dragon, so
We should
80
do it
feet,
again.
it's 100. So you can move flying 40 feet quicker around than he can swim.
Cool.
Because he can only swim 120 feet, you can fly 160.
Yep, but I can't take any actions if I do that. So I'm just gonna get back within range and hammer the fucker with Ooh. Is it immune to my frightful presence?
You don't know.
Because I've been within 120 feet of him, so presumably he is then. Okay.
Did you use Frightful Presence?
It's just a thing.
No. It's a use.
Oh, it's an action.
Yeah, it's an action.
I've never been a dragon this powerful before.
Yeah, it's an action. Yeah, Frightful Presence for a dragon is an action
Alright.
to use
Cool.
along with its multi-attack.
Alright. Yeah, in which case I'm just going to close down on him again and use lightning bolt when I can, and then drop back and catch, drop back and catch.
Right. So
We'll do some fun little maths here.
I'll have you roll another recharge. See if you recharge the breath back first.
Yeah. Depending on how many rounds. No, second round, no recharge.
Yeah.
Don't know how long it's going to take to catch him up.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you can overtake him. You can overtake him easily.
Come on,
Kind of thing. So like at a round and a half, you can easily kind of
Yeah.
catch him up, kind of thing.
No, god damn it. Every single one of my dice hates me tonight. That's 4 rounds with no breath weapon.
Oh dear.
So this cloak lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys kind of now notice you rush
Go on.
up to the rear of the ship, looking out, and now you can just see. It's taking like about a minute or so for Spring his dragon form to get up to the Kraken. You see him strike down the breath weapon, and then after about 6 seconds, you just see Spring his dragon form look up as you can now see the Kraken moving towards the ship again. So you do it again.
Yep.
That is a 17 dex save. I don't think that is enough, is it?
No, that's not enough.
Right.
That's 82 points damage.
Yep, cool.
And just do like a wheel up and over.
Yep.
Give myself a bit of room and time to get the breath weapon back. This breath weapon recharged immediately!
Kraken starts sailing up, trying to kind of swim off again. Don't know where that whistle came from.
Come on, you little bitch,
Swimming
come
off
on.
again. You manage to kind of take a bit more time to catch up again and just unleash it on him again.
Hey, you know what? I've never tried calamari. I'm just hoping he can hear me in his head.
That one is a 25. That was
I'll get
Calamari
half damage.
is going to be fine.
Oh, fucking hell.
fucking more
I'll get
dangerous.
the batter ready.
Dangerous than the dragon to see if the Kraken to see if thieves.
Yeah.
That's 83, so that's 41 points damage. With this halved.
Cool.
Battering the
Right.
shite out of it.
6, if it recharges. That does not recharge this round.
So you're gonna see as you're kind of like in the back watching this, as you see like the dragon has now laid several bolts of lightning into this Kraken.
The warnings off from the dragons. Look at it.
As actually doing that, you kind of see the Captain Don Lorenz comes up to this and like, well, when did he acquire that power? He says this to you.
Sorry? What? Right,
Wait.
some
Yeah, like you're kind of let back watching Spring as a dragon kind of lay into this Kraken with lightning bolts from a safe distance. Captain Darlin comes up to you and it's like, when did he get that power?
I'm not sure. This is a new one.
Yeah. Huh. He has almost a twisted smile. He's like, boys want calamari? He's like, lower the port side anchors, get ready on the starboard cannons. You can see some of now the deckhands are starting to move over. You just suddenly, two of you kind of just feel a sudden pull and twist as the ship is now turned on its side. So starboard side now facing towards the Kraken. Kraken, annoyed as hell with you. You are far out of his reach.
Yeah.
And now sees a
I'm a
slight,
rogue, fuck you.
now sees the
You can
slight
take that
ambition.
then.
Now sees the slight
That is
ambition.
hilarious.
Yeah. Now sees the slight ambition as the ship has now stopped, turned, and he's like, oh, they won't fucking danger then. So he now again still renewed. So you got it back. So
No, I didn't get back that round or the next round.
alright, so it's gonna be about
Third
a
round,
few more rounds before you get.
fourth round, I get it back. So yeah.
Yep. So he's now nearly on the ship. That one's a 16, which I know won't be enough.
It's fucking sick. I never want to fight one of these.
I have 71 points of damage.
Lovely.
71 points of damage. Do I immediately recharge? Yes, I do. Wonderful. I got my breath weapon back. Oh!
Yeah, so he's now basically upon the ship. I need you guys and Click now to roll.
Can I just
check.
hover above him?
Oh, my favourite. Yeah,
Why
it's
is it the one time I don't want a natural
5.
fucking 20, I get a natural fucking 20?
Usual for me. 5.
Oh, you do? Because then you can double spell blight this bitch.
Well, depends how far away it is.
Do you remember what Spring's initiative was again? It was 20.
Usually like 80 something, isn't it?
No, it's only 10. Because it's the dragon's form, so I don't get a massive
Oh, yeah,
bonus.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah. I think I rolled a 10 or something like that and got no bonus.
5. I literally never roll good initiative.
What's your
You're the
dexterity
Ashley Johnson
modifier?
of our group.
What's your dexterity modifier? Or no, it's dexterity score.
0.
Score, not modifier.
Oh,
10 or 11.
whatever it is that's.
Well,
Yeah.
it's 10 or 11.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Bear with.
Hold down.
Hold on a minute!
It is 11.
11.
Yes.
Roll a d20 for me.
That was the one I
We
rolled.
need to figure out if you go before or after
That's
the
a
ship's
3.
crew.
Wait, right. Alright, you're going after the Kraken then. Because the Kraken got 5 as well.
Fucking A.
23.
Dehydrate that bitch.
Oh yeah.
Just shoot like we're going to use that spell.
It's your favourite fucking spell.
It
If
is.
you're at the top of the initiative, you've got the chance to just go,
Cool. We could be
So,
eat that for months.
reaches
after
up, reaches the
that.
ship.
Dehydrated Kraken.
So he reaches the
Jerky.
ship
you've
at
got a
that
fucking
round.
dragon to pull out.
Reaches up, and this is like the first time you guys are seeing this Kraken, and it's like a portion of his body is out of the water, looking down at you, tentacles reaching from both sides of the ship, coming up as he's looking down on you. Lisa Bell, you're on deck. You have first go in this initiative.
That's what I wanted. Blood magic. Right. I'm going to sacrifice a couple of my hit die. What was it again? To a level of the spell.
Depth charges going in.
How can I kill myself doing this?
tubes 1 through 4.
We can all be Sean Connery and Hunt for Red October. Roll the torpedoes.
I might need
That's
healing
watching.
after this.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's drill watching as well. He might be.
Yeah.
Lazy. Boys.
Right, 12. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit of healing after this.
Oh dear.
Because I've just sacrificed 2 health points to cast Blight twice at level 5.
So,
That's
Constitution
just
saving throw, yeah?
Why would you do such a thing? What evil possessed you to come up with such an idea?
So, first one is a.
Please don't hit the ship. Please don't
33.
hit the ship.
The one just goes dry.
So first save is a 33, and the
Instant
second
possible.
one is a dirty 20. So it succeeds,
Okay,
succeeds on both.
Hang on. I don't think it is 2 rolls. I think it's a case of it's the magic of 2 lots of spells.
Well then, if with that, going with the first one, it will be a 33.
Let me just double check that.
As he rolled a natural 19 plus 14. This is a legendary CR 20-something creature.
Yeah, it's tying the magic of 2 spells together, so with
Yeah.
Can the crew's better good or we're fucked?
So,
No,
Somebody
you,
attacked him.
you've taken over a third of his health already.
A third of his health. You did like 500 damage.
No, it's about 200.
Jesus.
268 points of
Okay.
damage.
I'm just going to roll on
Okay,
here
okay.
because...
My damage is going to be like 5.
Yeah, when those cannons open up, there's got to be some serious damage coming out of them.
You'd hope so.
And this is the Pierce's armor class.
Yep.
84.
84.
Half down.
84 down to 22. No, 42.
Ooh, boy.
Did you do more damage to it than you took?
Is it too late to cast Animal Friendship?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
You're looking at this.
Can you imagine?
Actually,
So-
I can deal with that when we get to your turn.
No, it's okay.
Click is going to see that happen after you just kind of shouting out, "Someone better fucking heal me!" As he'll run down and we'll do it at 3rd level. So you take 17 points of healing, Isabel.
Hey, full health again. I only lost 12. It's fine.
Cool. Cure wounds in you, so he just kind of comes up behind you. He's like, they're good, they're good!
Heal my hands, I cut them. You'll probably cut again in a minute.
Dragon.
Breath weapon.
That weapon, yep.
I am the artillery piece in this fight, and I understand my role.
Right. So, dexterity save, that is a 22.
Oh, you saved, you bastard.
It's his weakest fucking save.
So that means you take 32 points damage. 65 half.
Oh, I can't even fucking use that on him. He's in the fucking water.
Action, I can't
Yeah.
do anything about bonus action.
So his spell is lined up for next round.
Cool.
Was it touch one, is it?
It's fire. He's in the water. It kind of
Well, he's
negates.
his head and
Yeah,
some of the
he's really
tentacles, so you can aim for the tentacles as well. The tentacles are
Yeah,
actually...
but it's kind of an engulfing one. So it's gonna work and then not work.
Yeah, you do that, there's a chance of taking part of the ship out, yeah.
Exactly.
Alright, so it is now the Kraken's turn.
Where's he at?
I love how
He
you
still
instantly
can't
knew
reach
which
the
one it
dragon
was.
that's annoying him, because the dragon's 80 feet... No, 50... No, sorry, 60 feet, because he's now 20 feet out of the water.
Oh, no,
Yeah, 60 feet, he still can't reach you.
Alright,
His
cool.
tentacles are about 30 feet long.
Ah, pussy.
Yeah. However, he can make 3 attacks against those aboard the ship, and particularly, I've got that to use as well. Particularly at the one that just blighted the living, not the living fuck out of him, but annoyed him.
Tickled him slightly.
Gave him one of those really annoying pieces of dry skin that just won't moisturise.
Oh, yeah.
They're really itchy, but if you scratch it, you know, it's just going to
Even though he's in the middle of the ocean, it's not working.
Right, so
Yeah.
first against Isabel, 35 to hit. You are immediately grappled.
If you wanted to hug, you could have just asked.
And
You're going solo from now on.
See you later, guys. I'm going to take a break.
Not that many minutes left of flight. There's no way I could even get to land. I would have thought.
As long as
Well,
you take
shit.
the Kraken out, you'll be fine.
you
Serve him.
take 24 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh, crikey.
as you're grappled now by this one. You are also considered restrained. Another one comes out. Reflect.
Hey, I'm innocent. I've done nothing.
You're big and obvious.
Yeah. Out of everyone on that ship, bar the dragon above him, you're the biggest target. He's only done that because he's really focused on where the
What if I
spell
was
came from.
kneeling down?
That is a 24 to hit.
Still taller
Crouching
than
in a
us.
barrel.
Nothing I can do about that.
He's still taller, even when crouched over the side of the fucking ship.
Well, at least I...
Okay, well,
Little-
fucking hell.
just a-
This
take a
is the
little
roll
bit of-
she should add. That's 16 points of bludgeoning.
Nice. And that goes to 8.
I rolled a
because-
6 and 2 4s on you, and I rolled a 1, 2, and 3 on.
The magic, because you take half damage on those, right?
Yep.
100.
Bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled and restrained. You can see one of the tentacles reaching for one of the just random pirates, not aiming for anyone in particular. That's obviously going to fucking hit. You see him pick one of these pirates up, start squeezing it, and
Pop.
pretty much. That is going to end his turn. Flake, you are up.
Okay, so...
I don't want to die.
Oh, flipping it. Oh god, this episode. Right.
Yeah, they're in everywhere.
Do.
Quick question. Can I figure out if it uses its tentacles, if there's some flipper or something that uses to propel itself?
And the tentacles seem to move
Yeah,
almost
they
of their
spin
own
like a
accord.
propeller.
Right, but does it have a flipper or anything that it uses to actually propel itself through the water, or is it the tentacles it's been using?
Make an intelligence check.
As a dragon?
As a dragon, if you're in
Okay.
the dragon form.
Oh fuck, only 6. I'm still dealing with these extra cognitive abilities. It's really weird. I can actually
You
think.
can, yeah. You're unsure. I mean, you've heard about Krakens. You've heard different lore. And the problem is, all the lores you've heard about Krakens they all sound like they're talking about a different shape of creature.
Right.
And there's a possibility that there are actual different types of krakens. This one just has a bit more of a fish body with the tentacles. There might be some with more turtle-like bodies with tentacles, or one that's like a giant squid or octopus kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're unsure. You can tell by the shape of the body that it might have a flipper on the back of it, but it also might use the tentacles to help move as well.
Yeah.
Alright, well, he's made the choice for me, which is useful, because I was going to use a range attack, but now he's hugging me. I'm going to use a touch attack instead.
Right, so you are grappled, as I said.
Yes.
So speed reduced to 0.
I'm not planning on moving.
But attack rolls you make are at a disadvantage. Because you're also restrained with this grapple.
Okay, that's fine. So just roll 2. I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds at level 5. Because I can do clericy things now. I think it's technically a necromancy spell, but I can do it,
Yeah.
so... Okay.
Well, hey. Necromancy
Oh,
for the
fuck
win.
me.
Oh.
Well, that's still plus 9, so that's a 14. On your... What's his AC? Like 85?
No, it's actually
quite high.
it's a hittable AC. He has thick.
Yes.
As you're kind of doing it, he's just you're grabbing his tentacle, and you're just like, and it's like the thick calamari skin just isn't getting through.
We're gonna
Maybe
fry
I mean you kind of feel like maybe if you could have got on its head or in its body where it's been struck by lightning, it might have gotten a bit there a bit more.
Yeah.
But
In retrospect, I need to use ones that has saves rather than...
Depends on which saves they're going to go for.
Yeah, never mind. And then I can use Healing Word as a bonus action on Lisa's belt.
Aw,
Do that.
you are within sight of her yet.
I am a squish.
Yeah. Do level... What's level 4 going to be?
I don't need healing that much, if I'm honest.
Well, Healing Word doesn't heal that much. It's going to be 4d4.
Nice
I'll
bonus
just roll
action.
on the app. 4d4 plus 5. You going to roll? Ooh, my phone's not liking that very much. You get 15.
Biddy?
15.
Ah, lovely. You heal me for all my extra points that I needed it.
Excellent.
Nice.
That's how we do.
Yes. Right, I'm not going to cut myself because I can't.
Because you bleed out and die.
No, I kind of am grappled as well.
Kind of for that, it felt. Well, the Kraken kind of felt weird you trying to do this. So, as a legendary action, he's going to use his fling ability.
He's going on a
Fling.
fling.
As the tentacle that's holding Flake is suddenly rises up as high as can about. So, it's about 30 feet in the air
So good.
as you're just onto the deck of the ship. Quite violently and harshly.
Wait. I've got reactions on when I can do a thing. I don't want to die.
Too young to die.
Yeah.
I've got so much more to live for.
Yeah. So you're thrown 30 feet onto the deck of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do Stone's Endurance as a reaction.
What
So,
about my
You take
mushrooms?
10 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced
Ten
in
to
half
them.
by your armor,
yeah.
and then reduced again by whatever the stone's endurance.
It's so we 5 and then 1d10 plus 3. Sorry, 1d12 plus 3. So
Possibly you're not taking any.
10.
So,
So,
yeah,
12,
so you literally
13.
hit it, boom, and the armor, your skin stone kind of solidifies a bit, and the armor just takes a bite, and you just like, ching.
Do I go straight through the hull?
Don't give me
Literally
an idea.
turned into a
Next.
cannon.
No.
No, there's a splintering dent now into that bit of the wood, but you're still there.
Made a nook.
As you kind of hit this, as
You
you
made a
hit,
shallow paddling pool.
as you hit the ship, you hear suddenly out of Captain Lorenz's mouth, fire! As four of the cannon, most of the cannons that are within the body of this Kraken on the starboard side of the ship just unleash. So two of them just like hit the thick skin of it. They're like he's pressed right against the cannons themselves on the ship, so they boop, 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 and do nothing. You do kind of see him wrench a little bit as two of them have found a mark of some sort.
I'll take it.
Where that dry bit of skin was.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to irritate the fuck out of it.
Because then when I itch it, it's going to make it very raw.
Fly over.
Can't get this itch.
Ah, the annoying is tentacle muscle, isn't it? If there's like still a bit of your body you can't reach.
Oh, that'd be horrible.
10 tentacles going.
Where is the itch? I can't reach it.
Yeah. So you kind of see like one of these cannonballs just skids, kind of almost like a grazing shot at him. You don't.
Two of my mates are in the chat.
Yeah,
Trill and Zach. Yeah.
forget Geeky Rollers,
They're right.
it's a Sphinx show.
You're
Yeah.
fucking right.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you're kind of watching, you see one of the cannonballs just kind of grazing, as if like getting grazed like by a bullet or something. It's like you don't see the other one on this other side come out as all lodged in there somewhere. Definitely hurts him. We go back to the top of the initiative. Lisabel, you're up. You're grappled and
Shout out to my fan
restrained.
club.
We've got Patreon.
This is what gets me. Is I've known Zach longer. Like me and Zach have been best
Yeah, he's
friends
watching
since
for
we were
Spink, not
11.
He's only here for Spink.
20 fucking years I've been friends with Zach. Hi, Zach.
Anyway.
Hi,
yeah,
Trail.
Wait's there
At least so.
Alright then.
Yeah. So you're grappled, restrained at the minute in one of these tentacles.
Don't want to be part of this fucking weird hentai porn.
Do we all have to make like rolls to see if we're into it?
Don't give him ideas.
That's an 18.
No.
I would say yes. Unless it's like 18 means no.
18 means no.
High number means definitely not.
Consent is key. Anyway, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. I mean, there's two possible
Make it weird,
ways.
lick it.
Well, you can
I was
try.
gonna stab him with a knife on the inside.
You can try to escape the grapple.
Okay.
Just because you're restrained doesn't mean you can't not escape the grapple. You can still escape the grapple. You have to be a strength check if you can get out of it.
That's a -2 already.
Yeah, you would need to roll a natural 20 to get out of that grapple then.
Bella's a squish. She don't do strength. Right, there's why is that just broke? Ignore the ray of frost damage that I didn't need to press. Yeah, there's two possible ways I can get out potentially. Either I can stab him with an ice knife on the inside, or I burn the ship.
One of them's a
By
little
accident.
less apocalyptic than the other.
I was gonna go try and do burning hands on him, but it is a 30-foot cone.
Well, that's the thing. You're grappled. So you're basically a ship's down there, and you're basically looking directly at him, kind of thing. You're not on the ship. You're grappled by
So
him.
can I at least get that?
Yeah, you can get your hands together underneath and aim it directly
Yes!
at him if you want.
Somebody's getting
You've got the power of jazz hands. You can do this.
Calamari's on maze night, boys.
Right.
Right, what level am I doing this shit at?
Maximum power.
Do it at level 4, so he needs to make a deck save.
That's a natural 20 on his deck save.
Doesn't matter, he still takes half fucking damage.
Yeah.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's a very
Oh.
optimistic noise.
That's
I
doom.
have to take all that lightning damage back because he's immune to lightning damage.
Fuck.
I've just seen that on
Oh
here.
no.
I've just literally seen. It's one of his immunities.
We just start the fight again. Let's re-roll back to the start.
Oh. Well, next my mom doing next.
I'm not gonna do it with this fight because I've already done the damage far too deep into it. So
Right.
this one is not immune to lightning damage. I'm gonna say that.
Thank you, because
It's just like
that would.
I've gone this far in, and I'm
I'm
just like, yeah, I'm just like, oh.
If we've
yeah,
suddenly
fuck
got
no,
280 more hit points worth of damage to make up somehow, it's like,
Yeah, no.
Hey, I'm gonna roll damage now.
Yeah. So I've literally just seen that because I was like, what is immunity against? Like, oh shit.
So that's 23 points of fire damage.
Is that already half, yeah?
No, it is now though, because
Down
it's
to
gonna be
11.
11. Damn you for being in the fucking water! Burn, baby, burn. Please don't fling me.
burn, baby, burn.
So that is Click's turn. He
Please don't
is
across the ship.
he is going to cast a banishment on him.
Fast spell again.
I mean, that's one way of doing it.
So he's going to look up, holding like this, kind of point out this little small symbol he has of Bahamut. Just looking up at it, hand up, like.
Oh!
Succeeds the save.
Yeah.
Can't fucking
try,
send
though.
him away, unfortunately. But he will. Yeah, he'll just stick with that at the minute.
Just contemplate thinking about thinking.
Spring.
So it's not immune to lightning.
No, I'm going to say that. No, I'm not going to say he is just
He's
because
immune
Mount
now.
isn't. Just because like we're this far into it,
Yeah.
I'll say like this is one of the ones that just
It's got,
isn't
it's got
kind of thing.
another immunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some random immunity that it's just thought of 2 seconds ago.
Let's fucking breathe on him again because I got my breath weapon back last time around. So that's 72 unless he saves, in which case it's 36.
Natural 16 plus 7, 23.
Yeah, so that's 32 points damage. I think I'm going to do something different next round. Because it's getting unreliable.
So 72. Sorry, 32. Was that
36.
36?
Didn't get breath weapon back. Okay. Next round is going to be, something different.
Cool. It's starting to look really fucking hurt.
Yep.
Yours didn't.
Kraken's turn now.
He said baby. He said baby.
Um,
I didn't mean to.
so several things he can do here.
One of them being killing me.
So he's going to start by picking you up again.
He's like,
He likes you.
With a 26 to hit.
Why are you even asking?
Plus 17.
Yeah.
You gotta say as much as get out of it.
And that one is 22 points of
I do not
damage.
consent. Get the fuck off.
That's
You
more
weird
thinking of what the comment said.
tentacly pervert.
And now the two, bar the dragon that's been annoying to him that he can't really do anything about, the two that have been kind of somewhat annoying to him, he's going to lift you both up and throw you both down.
Ow.
Yeet.
Just exactly the same as he did with you. Right? So there's no...
Both in-game and out.
So you both take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
40 or 14?
14. It's a D10 for every 10 feet, and you're only going 30 feet down.
Nice.
And breathe.
You're kind of noticing the way he's flicking these tentacles, really gay. Because it's like...
Hey,
I don't like you, and I
Don't like you!
we don't assume his sexual orientation.
No, he might just be very can.
Yes.
And also, we've just assumed his gender.
Yes. It's gender, there we go.
Yeah.
That there might be gender fluid, non-binary, likes everything that breathes.
It's a fucking amphibian. We can probably change gender if necessary, and it's,
That's prime gender right there.
Done.
frogs change so much.
Oh no, by that voice I'm going to assume he's male.
No, don't. No.
Don't assume anything.
No.
Just have
And
Grace Jones had a fucking butch voice.
Okay, fine.
End of his turn. Flick, you're up.
Oh, goody.
So you just had
Am
to
I
miss
still
darkness.
grappled, yeah?
No, you're
Oh, 'cause
on
he
the...
threw me, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he picked you up again and threw you down,
Fucking wood
actually.
I do not reward it.
Ship's fine.
Ship's fine.
Yeah, because you're
haven't
you're
bust through
plate
the hull.
armor, and you're being
Yeah.
slammed into the deck of the ship.
I'm just a little bit bloody now, so I don't have to cut myself to do punching now.
Nice. Right, I'm going to do
Can I
what I
do
should have done last time. Is his head still poking out the water?
Yeah, so he's about his massive gargantuan body, about 20 feet of his body. So it's basically can look down at you all is out of the water.
Exactly. Right.
He's like
I'm-
Titan class.
Gonna cast Moonbeam right on his fucking head.
He's
So-
eye, his eye.
Spring is right above him as well.
Oh.
How big is you?
Do a little bit. I'm
It's
freaking
a
huge.
5-foot area of bloody spell.
Yeah, he's huge. He's about
There was
the
some-
width of the freaking.
There was somewhere on his body you can get a
Kraken.
moonbeam without hitting me, I'm sure.
Well, you have to make
Is one of these eyes free?
It's constituting saving throws regardless. So.
Okay, make a dexterity check as the dragon first.
Oh, 18.
18.
Fuck me.
Yep. You're looking down and you kind of see, and you've seen Flake cast the spell before. You kind of know because you still got Spring Mind kind of thing, and you kind of look and you look up just in time to see the small beam of light start going down as you.
Okay.
Constitution, yeah.
Yeah, 17.
So I rolled a natural 3, but he has a plus 14, so he just succeeds.
And I rolled absolute shite.
So he runs marathons, doesn't he?
Terrible. All D10s, so I rolled 13.
I'm so proud of you.
So
Now it's a
half damage.
slogfest. At first it was like Spring's like like and now suddenly like.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, he's going to use 2 of his legendary actions to
Yeah.
cast lightning storm over the ship.
Yeah.
I need you guys and a lot of people to make dexterity saving throws.
We might not have a crew left even if we have a ship.
We've sailed a boat
Oh,
before.
Click failed. And I'll do some general.
Ooh, that's 18.
Yeah. Right. So 18 failed.
Really? You're just making us take these rolls for the fun of it.
Nope. I mean, the DC for it was 23.
I can't even roll 23.
Alright, the damage might be low.
I'd have to roll. Yeah, I'd have to roll that 20 or else.
I don't like how many dice you've just picked up.
Only 40-10.
Like more.
That's 22 points of lightning damage.
Well, thank you very much. Mighty kind of you.
Oh, wrong way. So 24.
Yeah.
Ow. I'm a little bit
20,
frazzled now.
22. 22, not 24, sorry.
Still a little bit frazzled now. My hair is just, it's nothing. It's gonna be the same again.
Right, yeah, you see, most of the crew are kind of used to having, like, dodging lightning. They've managed to do it alright.
So I've just put my hand in the plug socket.
Do it all the way around, but okay. Ship's turn. They spend the turn reloading the cannons. So that's that. Turn around, that's all they can do. Back to the top of the initiative. Lisa Dell, you are up.
I have a question.
Yes.
So when I got flung on the ship, would I have cut myself at any point?
Make a constitution check.
Oh, that was a fucking ship. That's 5.
5. Yeah, you did.
Hey!
The lower. If you had a higher constitution check, you wouldn't have cut yourself. Thicker skin. Lower one. Yeah, you kind of, as you did, you kind of splintered some of the wood, and you kind of now look over, and you do have a few little cuts and splinters stuck in one of your hands.
I don't have to sacrifice it. Points now. I've already got blood.
Blood.
Okay. Right. How the fuck am I gonna use on this stage? Okay. 2 spells again. Or like.
Blood beach.
It's the easiest, most fucking horrible one there is.
28.
It's fine. I'll take that. 18. No. Oh, fuck's sake. I did 1 extra than I needed to.
Oopsie.
13, 14, 15, 16, 18.
Good God. That's a lot of dice.
It's a lot of high numbers too.
Jesus Christ!
It's only taking half damage.
I know, but still.
Half
96,
damage is-
half down to...
45.
48.
48. Yep, cool.
Still a high number.
Nice roll. Fucking nice.
I am mildly impressed by that.
You're starting to see the wear and tear. You can see the dryness in the skin. Kind of and there's a kind of fleshy, fish-like skin kind of starting to come around. You see the tentacles aren't as fast. It's still kicking enough, but these are starting to hurt. Right, click.
Did I say you could roll? No, I
Well, your
didn't.
phone wants to, so
My phone wants to roll another 19 fucking D8.
it's like, yeah, this is fun.
It's rolling again.
It's playing catch up.
Well, that one's good. The last one, so yeah.
Is it crashed?
I think so.
Yes.
You rolled too many dice.
Yeah,
I was thinking of my first one. 96, 89, and 88.
So, Click is going to cast Spiritual Weapon at 5th level, just kind of like behind the head. You can just see this like massive, kind of very platinum shining blade suddenly appear behind the Kraken as it takes an immediate swing in that clicks. Snipe and it hits.
Nice.
And then his action, because that was just a bonus action, he's going to cast a cantrip. He's going to cast Sacred Flame. Yeah. Succeeds, but does he take? Look at that. Succeeded, so he doesn't take any fucking damage, but. After that, Spring.
Right, you know how when kestrels and hawks are going to drop on prey, they just fold their wings in and drop?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Multi-attack. Bite, claw, claw.
Yep.
And that is a 28 to hit, 30 to hit, and a 17 to hit.
17 doesn't hit.
Right, so that's a claw.
17.
Damn.
Yeah, 17 doesn't hit. Yeah. The other two do though.
So 2d10.
And I assume you try to use your frightful presence as well, yeah?
Yeah, that's an ability you can use at the same time
Yeah.
as that.
Doesn't affect him.
Cool.
You find in that moment that a creature this large, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
definitely
afraid of
immune to being frightened.
Yeah. So that's 13 points from the bite. 18 from a claw. I'm just gonna hang the fuck on.
In. Yep.
Ow.
Flake.
Yum, yum, yum.
Right, I'm just going to carry on my moonbeam attack because I can
Too
get
salty.
concentration. So
Yep.
another
Tastes
wisdom
dry.
saving. Sorry, constitution saving for it.
Needs a bit of seasoning.
Constitution,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind
Yes,
of
please.
staticky. 17 the beat.
I'm gonna recommend it.
That is another 28.
Eat it raw.
Fantastic. And you're going
We'll
to
chop it up
take.
later, it'll be fine.
It'll be 23 rounded down, so 12.
Oh, do I get a breath of it? Right.
Phew.
Have your turn yet?
Get a point blank, motherfucker.
Have your turn yet?
Yeah, yeah. That's
Cool, yeah. So, Kraken's turn. You're kind of on top of him, and you kind of suddenly feel this sense of moving underneath you. You are hanging on. Roll a contesting strength check.
Ooh. That's cocked.
yeah.
17.
17. You got 33. As you're kind of moving, and you're subtly moving as you're now looking down at his face. As he's now looking at you, opening wide as he goes in for a bite attack against you.
Just trying to
Grubs up.
hit you.
For a 26.
Yeah, that hits.
Hits.
He's numbing your face.
Num 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 num.
That's not how kissing works.
You first of all take
Sounds like a sloppy one.
21 points of piercing damage as the teeth sink into you. Because you are huge in your adult dragon form, you do not get swallowed.
Go.
Wow.
Or no, you don't get grappled by the biting and then swallowed on his next turn. Which would then be hella damage, because that's 12d6.
No swallowing here.
Nope.
In turn,
He's not into that.
So, end of his turn, cannons are reloaded.
Oh. Cannonball.
It's a cannon.
This time only
It's a ball.
one of them managed to hit.
Hopefully one that's already caused some damage in the same place.
Yep.
Please.
It's definitely starting to... You guys can see, like, on the ship, there's now definitely a lot of wear and tear into this Kraken. It's not looking great for him at the minute. Go back to the top of the initiative. Lisa Bell.
I'm running out of blood.
Alright,
Can you use some of the crew's blood? There's plenty of it on the ship from where they popped someone, would have thought.
not unless I want to incur a penalty.
Okay, no.
It will slowly turn me evil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
How could I use that on the other hand? How many spells? How many do I need to sacrifice to get that back? Yeah, fuck it. Remind me not to waste my sorcery points anymore.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast Immolation on this dude. I'm gonna engulf him in flames, I'm sorry.
It's alright. All you do is let go and drop in the water.
Okay, I can use a careful spell on you.
Ah, cool.
The automatic is a
Done.
save.
Okay, so it's a dex save.
That is a 22.
That's fine.
Dex save is his lowest one
Yeah.
at +7.
It's fine because there is a second part to it, so it's fine.
Yep. Evolution's a fucking evil spell from where I
So,
remember.
first of all, it's 30 points of fire damage, half down 15.
Yeah.
And now he is stuck with this ship. No. Yeah, at the end of each of its turns, the target repeats a saving throw, otherwise it takes a 4d6 of damage. Because it's concentration as well.
Yeah.
So, I give you a little gift.
You're starting cooking it, basically.
Yeah.
Um,
Just start the process of you guys.
Right, with that, Clay's going to walk into as middle of the ship as he can, trying to get everyone kind of compass as he casts max healing, mass cure wounds on all of you. So you all are going to get not the greatest, but 13 points of health back.
Take it, I'm not in the radius.
Yeah, you are.
Alright.
It's a 60-foot radius.
Oh, it's so kind.
Fucking mass cure wounds, man.
I'll learn it eventually.
One day.
One day.
And he's going to make another attack with his
Sounds
spiritual
amazing.
weapon. Fucking just... You kind of see the sword like, glancing off the edge of it. Spring.
Well, he put me in front of his face, didn't he?
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to breathe lightning in his eye.
That's a 17 on this deck.
That's a fucking fail.
Oh.
So it can take 64 points of lightning damage to the face.
How would you like to do this?
I want to breathe lightning through his eyeball into his cranium
how
and
much did
blow
you
it out
get?
the other side.
15. So if he failed that,
you would have got him! I basically want to breathe lightning hard enough that it goes through his eye and out the other side of his head.
You kind of push
right
off.
through.
Yeah.
You push off.
Did you make that like a cat?
Yeah, weirdly the dragon hisses when it
Yeah.
does this.
You push off, inhale deeply as you just see this eye widen, realizing there's no way it's getting out of this freaking strike and it not being painful in one way. That as you just breathe lightning straight into its eye, going right through, burning through, and you can just the 6 seconds you're holding it there as this lightning is going through him. You just kind of see like all these tentacles. You got 10 tentacles in the air as they all. I need everyone on the deck of the ship to make dexterity saving throws as these tentacles are coming down.
Not my fault.
Oh, it's 10.
Uh-oh.
Right.
I'll try and catch it.
Calamari!
So 10.
Hang on. Just add them on the. When I get to the right fucking bit. Yeah? No? No. Yeah? Fuck, I forgot how you were. That's shit. That is a 9.
9, yep. Alright, so you both
That's
take
not my
12
odds.
points of bludgeoning damage as the tentacles just come crashing and hitting the ship before they kind of sink down into the ocean. You kind of see the Kraken's body kind of starts in its dead kind of space, just having that dead air before it starts to slowly begin to sink down. And that is where we are going to take a break. We will be right back here, everybody, in a few moments. Find out what they're going to do with this Kraken body, if they can source anything, and then last few days of sailing before
Calamari, everyone!
the Sea of Sand. So we'll be back in a
I
few
just gonna
minutes.
some dead fucking calamari rings.
God, let's not get another Kraken.
Let's not.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back to the Sphinx Show.
Yes, welcome back to my show.
Got the soundbar working.
Oh, it's working now.
Yeah, I turned it off by accident somehow. I don't. Yeah, no. It's just,
Where's the music on your laptop?
yeah, it was coming out of the laptop, but now it's like accident
So proud
soundbar,
of you.
so now it's not directly in my face and next to this mic.
Yeah.
Camera needs to move down a little bit more, but I'll fuck around with that at some point. We'll get it right. We'll get it. It's all work in progress. This is what happens when you're just a bunch of people playing D&D and decide, yeah, we're going to share adventure with the world. Adventures should be shared, everybody. It's a lot of fun to do so. So, the party has just taken out a Kraken. To put perspective, for those who don't know, they're level 10. A Kraken's a 23 CR monster, and he had near on 600 HP.
Now let's be fair. Spring took out a dragon. Took out the Kraken.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he
tickled
wouldn't-
his head with some light.
I mean, he wouldn't have if I'd remembered his lightning resistance straight away,
Yeah.
but because I had forgotten about it for so long, I thought, yeah, no point.
Is he visible? Oh yeah,
Yeah, just.
just see him.
So the party has taken out a Kraken. Its body is now floating up on the surface next to the ship.
Oh god,
Tentacles
Drunk.
now kind of sliding off the ship itself. So you're still dragging, kind of float, just hovering in the air over the body. What
Do
are
I
you
have
guys?
any idea how much more time I've got in this form?
Make an intelligence check.
Shit. Oh, I'm dragons. I've got plus 3 on still. 13.
13. Yeah, you reckon you have about another probably 5 minutes before the spell lets up. The combat was only about a minute or so when it kind of got to there because you guys, between you as the dragon, light spells and things like that, and the cannon fire, just you laid into this Kraken quite easily.
Well,
So you got about 5 minutes or so before the spell before the effects of the cloak wear off.
bronze dragons can breathe underwater, so I might just have a fertile around as it sinks, see if it's got anything on it.
Well, it's not gonna take a
Tentacles
long
back.
while. It'll take a long while to stink. It's not, the body isn't being weighed down anymore. The body's now just kind of there.
It's got some natural buoyancy.
Yeah, well, last thing, you kind of see like dead bodies and like that, or dead fish, and all, they float, they don't sink.
Right.
After
yeah.
a while. I mean,
You gotta weigh them down first.
yeah.
So this one, you've got like a good while. You can like spend a bit of time generally trying to harvest this thing before it starts.
Get out of fertile.
You can make a perception check under the water if you want to try and see if there's anything.
Well, I think dragons have like perception plus 12 or something ridiculous.
Can you not get the form up on D&D Beyond?
I've tried it like that. I went to the Dungeon Master's Guide and was like, no, buy me!
How dare you?
Perception, yeah, plus 12.
Oh! So close. 14.
14.
I saw that rock back.
It's not fully used to this form yet, not used to kind of being able to see underwater in that kind of case. You kind of look around, and it seems this Kraken definitely scared off anything else that kind of would have come near.
Yeah. You find there's a little pendant and a photo of his wife and kids.
I'm just distracted by blowing bubbles on the water.
Yep. After a few minutes, you kind of surface again, and the form's about to kind of give up now.
Yeah,
We're about to
I'll-
go back to spring.
Take off and get myself some momentum heading towards the ship and then change form and make a superhero landing.
They kind of do that. Cocoon kind of, almost cocoon, the robe, cocoon kind of comes in again as the robe. And as it kind of does, cocoon shrieks again and it's just the robe and you just kind of flourish out the robe. And superhero land on the deck of the ship.
Acrobatics 33.
Yeah.
Did your clothes survive the transition?
Yeah, well,
Did you land on the floor like
it's like
Terminator?
a,
Completely naked.
well, no, it's like a
Is that really a
polymorph.
bad thing?
It's like a polymorph or a
Well,
wild
you mean
shape.
fluffy.
What you're wearing and all your equipment just get absorbed into it.
Magic.
Yeah.
Of course. You need your gloves, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Are we finished being distracted?
No.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get some guys down there on harvest. We're gonna be feasting on some squid for a while and calamari. Honestly, you guys can have right to some spoils of it as well.
Already started cooking it for you, so you have to tell him much crap.
I mean, that was impressive, being grappled like that. And it's always something. You kind of look back and now you guys looking at the ship, and the ship, you can see now some wear and tear of these tentacles hitting, and the lightning storm scorch marks across the deck of the ship. And it's like, God, we're a few days away from a port. Alright, boys, harvest and let's get moving.
I'm going to go for a nap. Strange taste in my mouth.
Bubbles. Just full of bubbles.
Anything else wants to do?
I mean, no.
No, right. That was just
So
wanna
done
go
with
to
this day.
sleep.
Yeah. So after about an hour, you kind of feel the ship, the anchor raised, the ship starts moving off in direction again. A little bit after that, Quartermaster Milo comes in with a small, I say small, but kind of decent size-ish, kind of like wooden kind of chest. Seems to be lined in with something. Pops it in. It's like, Captain wanted to make sure you guys got your share of Kraken spoils. You kind of open it up, and there's about 40 pounds of Kraken meat that could be there to be cooked or whatever. Not sure if any of y'all like to eat any of that and cooking things like that, but
Yeah.
that's all yours.
I'm asleep.
Yeah, I know, so am I. I went to sleep, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I bet you could grab me chicken mushrooms on that.
I'm not. That's not thinking.
Yeah, you can click on the other one's awake and click and
See
just like,
that shit.
I'm trying to
Make
get some
some
fucking
prime
health points back.
fertilizer, I bet.
that happens. The next day comes around, you all can mark off a long rest.
Shit, yeah.
I will learn how to talk one day.
That won't be today.
Where is it?
Yeah.
There it is.
We start on, you have 3 more days, roughly, until you hit port in the Sea of Sands. Coming up on the next day, who would like to roll a d10 this time?
Not you.
I'm not going anywhere
no,
near
sorry,
them.
no, you have 2 more days left. Yeah,
Oh,
2.
thank fuck.
2.
Yeah.
Instant Kraken! That's done too.
Sailing through, the day starts out, the sunny day that's the last few days is still heavily present until about midday, early afternoon, when dark clouds just fill the sky and a heavy rain starts blistering down
It could have
in
been
the middle of the
worse.
sea.
Yep. Napping.
And the rain just proceeds the rest of the day. It's still sailing, the wind's still picking up. No kind of signs of like any hurricanes or anything like that, or any other kind of heavier winds knock you off course. Although, again, another bucket line is made so people can keep water out from out below, so that doesn't go off.
So you can nap in peace.
Yeah.
More so the ship doesn't overfill with water, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nah, it's fun sinking the ship. Sea of Thieves, it won't
Nah,
sink.
3 of us at this table play Sea of Thieves, and it's not fun going through the storms in the fucking game.
Yeah, but it won't sink.
Still, lightning could still hit the ship.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Last day at sea.
2.
Save
The
again.
rain just carries on and greets you till about very late afternoon. Still very cloudy and overcast. The rain eventually eases up mid to late afternoon. As you arrive at the edge of the Sea of Sands, you see massive. You hear about half hour or so before you hit the continent. Just the person in the crow's nest shouts out "Land ho!" as you guys are coming up to it. And as you kind of come up to it, the rain kind of pouring off. It's definitely an image. You can just see the golden sands and the desert-like kind of parts of this continent given into the mountains, the snow-tipped mountains north end of it. So you guys are coming on like from here and there. So you're seeing this kind of parts of the jungles, the snow-capped mountains up here, and the tip mountains around here as well as.
Oh, look, maybe you're going to be a dragon. I know it's supposed to be a sea serpent.
Yeah.
Let's dragon
The
them.
dragon bomb right
Yeah,
there.
there's two dragons in the bottom corners. As you're kind of rocking up, you kind of see this boat starts maneuvering in a particular way to kind of get saddled up properly into the port. So there's an open port as immediately as soon as the ship lands and the gangplank is dropped, quartermaster is off already, finding the wharf master. There's a lot more than I want it to be.
You sing is beautiful, but shut up.
As you hit the port city, this port is already off. Quartermaster off, already getting talking to the wharf master, paying some coinage for anchorage for a short time there. As you guys are now off embarked onto the Sea of Sands continent.
Stop kissing the floor.
Don't do that. You don't know where people have been.
Don't care.
As you land 2 weeks at sea.
You're in the shower.
As you kind of hit land and you can feel that stable.
I need oranges. So much scurvy.
And you can feel that sense of stable land underneath you. Like it's not going to start rocking again. After 2 weeks on sea, it's a very weird feeling. Kind of feel you're just like you're waiting for the like and things like that. And for about 20 minutes or so, you're all walking. And some people are going to now realize it's walking like Captain Jack Sparrow. It's like why he walks like that on land because he has sea legs.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So he's used to the wobble of the ship. About 20 minutes, half an hour pass before any of you kind of regain that sense of like, yeah, I'm on land again. Making a little short run up to into the small town of Eldon. I can remember because it's small rain from here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's too big now.
There it is.
There. Yep.
I found it.
Yep. Into Eldon as it was kind of getting comfortable back in Middleland. It's still kind of overcast as an early evening seems to start to be settling on this part of the world. What are you guys doing?
Finding a fucking inn.
Yeah. I was gonna say
That.
bed.
You need to roll for Spring's.
New obsession.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I really hope it's not sand.
Oh
It'll be hilarious.
Stop it every 2 seconds. Oh, that's a lovely green sound.
Look at this one. Look, it's yellow.
Oh, you see that one? There's a slight white hue to it. It's not pure yellow.
And this one.
This one is exactly the same as that one.
Count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost count. 1, 2.
9,246, 9,247, 9,248.
6 million, 5 now.
Crap.
Was it 6 million or was it 5 million?
Is it sand?
Boring. Orcs.
Orcs.
You're obsessed with orcs.
For 2 days.
Damn dirty orcs.
That's
Which
why some
is-
pictures of orcs.
Hilarious because for a handful of months now, since Lord Ugg's defeat, you've not seen a single orc.
I did.
I
What
think
about,
Orgo?
are you semi
You don't know?
interested in
I mean,
half
see,
orcs?
So
this
this
is
is starting.
thinking
This is
about the
coming
orcs,
to
you know.
It's coming to you. Roll an intelligence check for that one.
Oh god. 3.
So you've not seen any. The half orcs are still around. You've still encountered like several half orcs that are half blood. You're not sure how a god could eliminate an entire species off world, a full-on genocide of an entire species. In the back of your head, that doesn't sit right. But you're also thinking like, I haven't seen any orcs since that day.
When are they really all going to now?
I mean, it's only literally
Talk
been.
about it.
In retrospect, it's only literally been
Until
about
now.
just over 3 weeks since that happened. I know.
Jesus.
Oh,
but
cut up to 2 years ago in real life, 3 weeks in game.
With the
Been a
orcs.
hell of a 3 week. God.
Yeah.
We need a holiday.
You just had a 2 week holiday across the sea.
That was a fucking Kraken!
Okay. That was a cruise gone wrong.
I invented a sport. It was a bad time.
There was a Kraken, there was rain, there was
You know, this pretty much starts off lost.
It was called Dolph. Druid golf.
Dolph. Fucking Dolph. Competition to have golf
That's
changed
now
to
canon,
Dolph.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Forget golf for friends, it's golf for friends.
Golf for friends.
Yeah.
So Eldon is quite a very quaint, kind of close to seaside town. Walking into there, so like it's a bit kind of like how like Felix.
Oh, they're amusement arcades.
It's a bit like Felix, so there's some really steep kind of like roads and things to travel up, kind of thing. Except for it's not directly on the seaside; it's still like a half-hour walk into land kind of thing.
Sounds like Hamsby.
Yeah. You kind of get there, and there are several inns. It's still considered a seaside town, and so when like sailors kind of come in and have anchorage at the port down the road, they want a place to stay other than the ship, and they want a place to drink. So finding an inn in this town isn't too much an issue. There's like one on most streets at least, kind of
So
thing.
finding a good inn is the challenge.
The one that's not secretly a brothel.
That's our one. We left that back at home.
You
It's
can
frozen.
do an investigation check if you want to find a decent inn or tavern.
Go on TripAdvisor and find something.
15.
10.
10. Between a pair of you kind of keeping your eyes out and kind of looking, you do find what look like some decent ones, and as you kind of look peer in the window, it is just like, that's a dive bar. Look, another one's like,
I
no,
should've
I
rolled.
do not fancy the kind of people in that
I
kind of
think
thing.
we'll be murdered
It's like-
within 2 minutes of stepping inside that one.
Can I resist that?
What you can do, I mean, this is an open check. It's not like
That would be 21.
21.
This place sounds good. It's a fishy clam. Let's go here.
You hear Flake say that out loud, and just in all of your head, it's just like, no.
Sounds
The
right to me.
sturgeon, sturgeon.
No.
No.
So you do eventually kind of find one
The
that's kind of.
spoon, no.
You see one.
Kiss from Venus. That sounds
You
fancy.
see one particular police spell that pops out in your head just because of what happened to you guys a handful of days ago,
The
which is the
candy
slain Kraken. You find this inn. It's not really a proper tavern. It's an inn called the Slain Kraken.
Hey guys, I found one.
And you kind of look inside, and it's
That's a little on the nose, don't you think?
looking through the window of this particular one, and it's not necessarily upper market or upper class kind of thing, but it definitely has a better look on the interior than the last several you've kind of had a look at. And it's more of a lounge kind of inside than an actual kind of tavern as well. Still serving alcohol, still serving food, but it's more presented as a proper inn over a tavern.
Is it spoons?
No.
For that.
How freshly painted does that sign look?
It's definitely been there for a while.
Oh,
It's definitely been there for a while. That's kind of one of the things you kind of notice. That
Paranoia.
This town definitely has an
The orcs did it.
older town feel. A lot of this.
See, it is a conspiracy.
This is definitely an older.
Conspiracy!
Fucking hell.
You see, we just been.
You started on puns. Why?
Oh
The Kraken
no!
attacked.
The one thing you've gotten so far about kind of wandering through this town is it feels old. It feels a lot older than. I mean, Capeson is old, but it's still that very fresh. It's constantly being renewed and regenerated. Not currently at the minute, but things like that. Dracon is a very advanced city, very gleaming, shiny, and everything. This is like old. It's like going to like the old parts here in Barrie, kind of thing, and just having that kind of thing. Very cobblestone roads everywhere. Still a lot of and things like that.
Capeson's kind of icy fresh at the minute.
Yeah, but it still has that kind of nice kind of feel to it. And you gotta, as you head into this inn, you
Well,
immediately
sucky.
have this. Unlike like most other places that would have a fireplace along one of the walls, this has like a fire pit in the middle. The smoke, as you're kind of watching the smoke just seems to get to the roof and somehow magically vent out to these vents at the sides of the kind of at the end. There's a small, not overly large, but a small bar in the corner, and then you see like kind of nice double-wided staircase heading up to some of the rooms. This is like a proper nice inn, not a tavern. You don't see the boisterous kind of side that like you get in taverns. This is a very more kind of place.
Ah, fish for a princess.
Oh, we should probably head up to the bar and go and get ourselves some freaking rooms.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need Mum's credit card again?
I can't even remember.
He does
where
a bell,
hell
pay the
money
man.
is. I can't
Going
remember where
upstairs.
money is on the damn thing.
In equipment.
Yeah, I'm in equipment.
It should be at the top. Top right corner. Usually is.
Oh no, that is how little money I have. Oh shit.
Mum, can I have some money?
I don't even know what I've got. I'm not doing that.
Innkeep,
Oh,
hello,
awesome.
well met. How are you doing today?
Coming to it is a very well dressed, very kind of well groomed, kept high elf. And someone's like, "Ah, yes, hello, and how can I help you? Just gotten in by the looks of it? Long travel?
What'd you get?
An interesting trip, yes.
He definitely has the. You guys definitely have the feel of it. How can we help you tonight? Like some drinks in the lounging, or are you here for some rooms?
We would like food, wine. Wine not help you?
Fertilizer.
He means wine and some
Wine.
rooms.
Right.
Self-fertilizer.
How many rooms in particular? Is that one each, or
Yeah, one each. I've been in the cabin with these people for
one
3
each?
weeks.
Right, so it's 4 rooms.
So the rooms have baths.
No, but we do have some private and communal, different private and communal washrooms, if in the
Done.
exception.
Could you make some private washrooms available to us, please?
Oh yeah, I think they are currently available at the minute. I think they're on these. Yeah, there's someone every floor, if I'm not mistaken.
Splendid.
Clicking.
That's right.
Don't really matter.
No, it's it's fireplace.
Oh,
Oh. Yeah, I can hear clicking. I was like, what the
Clicking.
fuck is that noise?
yeah.
I was like,
Anyway.
that's fine.
It's fireplace, yeah. That's literally what it is under here on that
Okay.
thing. Gotta love Sirenscape. Right.
Please
So that would be 2 gold per room, standard rooms. I can give you keys to the room now, and you guys come down a little bit when you're a bit more rest
Yeah.
for some wine and food. And we do have a small little kind of restaurant of sorts, as it were, just in the back behind us. This is more of the lounging kind of coming in kind of place. We have like a proper kind of a restaurant.
It's a harvester.
What's a restaurant?
It's a premiere in a harvester.
What's a restaurant?
It's a place where you go sit down and eat food like all fancy.
Really posh food. Like the good
With
stuff.
a little tiny
They'll probably have
place.
lots of mushroom dishes.
Usually good.
I like this. Do we have to wear nice clothes?
Nah.
You have to wear your robe. As a very minimum.
Well, that's what I do anyway.
Okay, but no taking it off.
Okay.
So he's like, this is just like wait right here, and I'll just be right back. And he kind of heads off around to the small back area, and you just kind of see him, hear some drawers open up, and things like, comes out 4 keys, right? Unfortunately, we don't have any rooms all together at the minute, so you're all
Fine.
a little bit
Yep, no worries.
separated.
We
He
don't
hands
live
you,
anywhere near
That's
each other.
fine.
he hands out 4 the keys, one to each of you. He's not kind of like looking what keys are going to where, so he's just randomly giving keys out.
Key roulette?
Just put one in a bowl.
Gonna get you all. Gonna get you all the funsies of it to roll a d20.
That's an 8. 14.
6.
And then click roll a 1. So click is just on the first floor up. You 2 are on the second floor up, and you're on the top floor.
Sweet.
Fuck's sake!
As
You
you all
want to
kind
climb more stairs, so you know.
of set up, you kind of notice that they're on these little key.
30 feet movement. Got dash. You know, a road.
It's back,
Move
so you
like,
do-
to
yeah.
back, they can move like 120 feet in a round, mate. I mean, it's just like,
6
yeah.
seconds. So like Usain Bolt.
So you notice when you get in the keys, they have a little tag on it for the room number, key for the room, and then you see another key which See, he explains to you that it's for the washrooms. Different ones for private ones, which are single kind of tub kind of thing for it and lock on the inside. And then communal ones, which go and look in the communal ones. They're kind of like almost like spa kind of areas in a sense. Like there's a massive tub like people can all kind of get in and kind of relax together and things like that. And it's very much more that it's not necessarily for washing, but it's just there for people to kind of go in, relax.
So jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
Health suite.
Basically, yeah.
It's a house
And there's
spa.
one communal one on every floor and about 3 private ones on every floor.
Very nice.
So it's not full on upper market or upper class kind of area, but it's
where we've just
but
come
it's
from.
but it's very
It's
prestige, and they kind of take fine. Like I said, this isn't a tavern; it's an actual proper inn.
It's an establishment.
With only 2 gold per room. It's a very cheap fucking inn.
I'm going to be bringing in copper and silver, and everything else is going to be on it. So yeah, because it's just not doing fucking electrum bullshit. But
Gonna check the room first, and then go lock myself in a washroom and just
go
de-scrunch.
check the room, and upper class tavern is still like a hotel, like an inn room. It's got a bed and very basic furnishments that most people would kind of need, kind of thing.
Are there tea and coffee making facilities and a trouser press?
Okay, Joy?
No trouser prep. Well, it's
Well,
really-
fucking no.
There's no trouser. There's no trouser press. There's like space enough like wardrobe kind of thing, and there's like some form of like pots, things to heat water up, and things within the room if you have like a jug of water brought into the room, things like that. But it is a lot of like supply your own kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is there a sofa in the room? I'd like to have a sit down and read. I don't want to sit on my bed all the time.
No, it's in rather than
Cosmetic.
it's bed. If you want that, you go for that upper market, upper class stuff and things like that.
So I'm just asking what my guests ask me all the time.
Yeah.
Is there a sofa in the room?
Yeah.
No. There's a chair. It's not a very comfortable chair.
Spend some time scrubbing off, put on some fresh clothes.
Oh, this private baths.
And then to the restaurant.
Yeah. So after we'll say about an hour and a half or so, now getting on to late evening, so about probably give or take 7 to 8 in the evening now. You'll eventually kind of convene back downstairs and meet up again, and heading into this restaurant or the restaurant portion of the bottom floor. And this is where it kind of looks a little bit more tavernish. It's got like kind of wooden tables. It doesn't have that kind of dirty dinge or low light like taverns do. There's loads of candlelight, plenty of light to see, but it's still very much you gotta come in, seat yourself, and someone will come serve you, kind of thing.
So I'm just still reading the fact that you think Belle would be clean, dried, and dressed in an hour and a half. She's a woman.
The princess.
So we're eating.
The three, you two and Click
We're
are
on course
down
number
there
3.
already. Kind of sat down, drinks
I was
ordered.
enjoying this.
Yeah.
Sat down, drinks ordered, food
I'll
ordered.
be down later.
Should we wait for? No.
No.
What?
Yeah, Flake's
See me
already.
how she has.
Wait, is Flake actually vegetarian as well, like you are, or
No,
is,
no.
Okay, cool. So, I know like some people play
Not a
druid.
complete monster.
Yeah, I know some people who go for the druids like, oh no, my druid's gonna be vegetarian because they're a druid. It's like, fucking
And
asshole.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. So you just kind of you just think like food's just arrived, like nice kind of piles of meats and all sorts of kind of everything from nice kind of like proper dinner like you've not had like in 2 weeks kind of thing, and you just think like, should I fleece smell? And you just kind of look over and Flake's got like a fucking ribs biting into her ribs, like, and Click's like.
No. She's got nothing wrong. She's fussy. She's an elf.
Bitch, she's secretly ordering room service.
Fuck you guys. I ain't sharing my first meal of boat with you. Get fucked.
Room service order to the bar. She ain't leaving that till she's squeaky.
Digging into this nice, freshly cooked meal, first proper one in roughly 2 weeks. Not having to wear your armor or your adventuring gear kind of thing.
That
just
wasn't fish.
Just being able to fully
biscuits.
Nice, just being able to fully relax and just be like, you for a moment forget about everything else going on out there. You momentarily forget about the Kraken battle the other day. You forget about the dragons roaming the world, causing destruction, the cult behind them. You forget about the war and everything else that's happened in the last few weeks to the year. And just enjoy the night. Not worrying about anything. Do you eventually come and join everyone?
Yeah.
The force yourself.
How long? I'm not going to make an assumption here. I'm going to ask you how
3
long.
hours.
3 more hours or 3 hours and
3 hours too.
3 hours. It's about an hour and a half later after you guys kind of finish eating and it clicks onto his like third, fourth pint. You guys
we're on
are
the cheese and biscuits and
yeah. You got you're probably starting your second bottle of wine, whatever Flake's drinking. He's a good few glasses or mugs into that.
This is really good blue cheese. It's very good.
You kind of come in and you just see the three, find the three of them immediately.
The crackers have
I
got
kind of can't miss Blake
rosemary.
really.
Yeah,
can I?
you can.
The crackers have got rosemary and they're amazing.
Oh, I forgot to show you. I've
Has-
been growing
has
some
you
barnacles.
braided?
Yeah.
I've got some barnacles in my
okay.
beard.
Well,
for the
yeah.
ship.
So
That's different.
that's one thing. Yeah. So
Ooh,
within this
yeah.
community, Flake by all means is definitely the sore thumb out of here. Click is a little bit as well, but because Click's a lot smaller, it's like he's not as noticeable. The other thing I've noticed is, and surprising to you, Spring, is there's this bit of a tabaxi community.
Whoa! That news needed to be shared an hour and a half, 3 hours ago.
Yeah, there's a bit of a like you've not noticed it because you're searching for the kind of thing, but you kind of didn't realize that no one was paying you like, what's one of his kind doing here, kind of thing, and you just kind of suddenly realize sitting down and looking around, it's like, I mean, it's not as big as like the elf or like some of the dwarven communities right here, as well as, but there's a decent presence here, and you're kind of realizing there might be a fair bit of a tabaxi community on this continent, as well as possibly some other kind of sub-races or sub-kind of species dividing from tabaxis as well within this continent, and possibly even Arakoa as well. It's definitely, this is a primarily desert continent. It's going to give a feel that there's going to be more species like that inhabiting this continent and things. So
Cool.
definitely, you have to get the feeling like you're going to run into some more tabaxis while you're here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Makes me feel a little bit more relaxed.
But after about an hour and a half, you guys dig into the cheese and crackers and enjoying some more drinks. Belle eventually joins you.
Hello?
Oh, hi. I see you've
What?
had a few bottles of wine.
Oh,
I would say he's probably starting on his second bottle.
yeah, I'm only halfway through my second.
That's why you're slurring?
No?
Me and Spring are doing this thing called a work event. Brilliant.
Yeah! This is definitely a work event.
Absolutely a work event.
I work with these people.
Work
We work
event, work
together.
event, yes,
Yeah,
work event.
Work event, yes.
We work together, and we're trying to remember why the fuck we came here.
Ugh.
Work event.
Would you like to join our work event? There's probably more. Definitely not wine. There's definitely not wine available. It's quite good.
Some grape juice.
Just very old
Yes.
grape
Yes.
juice.
Yes.
Very old. Very old.
Vintage grape juice.
That's been there for a little while.
Yeah. It's had some interesting yeast action in it.
Lovely.
Interesting
Is there
yeast action is a
any
great name for a
food?
song.
As you guys come over and sit down, you see one of the waitresses kind of come over.
Okay, with like one note in another week. Where the fuck did that come from?
What? I don't remember. I say a lot of shit.
One of my random notes from during a previous game was fertilizer annihilation farm core.
Oh yeah, that's when you were fucking around the mushrooms.
Yeah. When he was in the crow's nest and sorted out his mushrooms underneath the stairs.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of songless titles coming up, at least there's something.
Yeah. So you kind of sit down and you start to question that food and everything as a waitress comes over and comes see over, and it's a ginger tabaxi female comes over. A little bit shorter than the average tabaxi.
I'm not into cats, but
Everybody says like, is there anything I can get you, man?
Food.
Anything in particular? We have assortments of meat trays. We have assortments of
Nothing that's fish.
anything that's fish and drink, man.
Grape juice.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Not wine, apparently.
This is a work event. We don't have wine at work events. No.
I'll drink what they're having.
She's like, okay, I'll be back in a few moments. You're drinking food. I'll let the kitchen have the food. Anything else I can do for you guys? Any more? Anything other for the table?
So let them know about work events.
I
The
think.
I've just come down from a very luxurious bath to this.
I think we're good.
I'm having a good time.
I feel warm and fuzzy.
You're always warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, good point.
Honestly, I leave you guys alone.
Well,
And I come down to this.
What? Wow.
She's got
Really
round.
strategizing.
She's really harshing my vibe. She's been there for like 2 minutes and she's doing the. I thought she was married to Danita. No, that's what the fuck.
Actually, I'm not. We never got married.
Couple of minutes pass as 2 more bottles of wine and another goblet
Oh,
pass
No.
are placed onto the table.
I need to catch up. These are mine. She drinks. She catches up with them.
About 15-20 minutes later, plate of meat and assorted meats and
And now he's sunk to the bottom of the
assorted
sea.
meats like mashed potato, gravy, things that are all placed in front of you as well. Basically placed yet again on the table. And it's like, and it's not like just like enough for just one person. It's again, it's like in like kind of earlier, there's another like, kind of fair bit amount for everyone.
A sharing
Right.
party because it's a work day.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Another kind of sharing part like you guys
Sharing
had
part for the table.
before. Wasn't 100% sure if it was just one person or for all of you, and so she brought.
All of us again.
I can
eat more.
We'll say for it all, that is about everything for both the meat platters, cheese and crackers, and for all the drinks comes to a rough total of about 15 gold and 5 silver. For everything.
There you go.
You went here, I'll pay. It's fine.
You can do the silver.
Nah, just do 20 gold. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Just
tip for
Because no one's, we haven't got any silver, we just got gold. That's all we
I'm
have.
going to convert some of this down to.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah, but I'm converting this for myself.
Okay.
God.
What?
The rest of the night is filled with merriment and cheer. For the most part, I mean, I think there's still some bitter hatred for Click for some reason. I don't know why.
I totally get it, I totally get
I don't really have a problem with him.
it. Weird little person.
He's like he's an inch taller than Hell, technically.
Yeah, but it's kind of small.
He just opens his mouth and then I get annoyed. I can't help it.
It's okay. It's just stupid.
Yeah, but I'm the stupid one. I can't have two.
Oh, he's stealing your
I'm feeling a
thing.
bit threatened.
There you go.
I'm not
I've
gonna
taken
lie.
some of my money down to silver and gold. And copper.
I understand now. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I should become more smart, like just to.
You're not sounding very stupid right now.
Oh. I better drink some more.
Oh.
Oh, what is it? Is there something on my face?
No. He's a small person, right? You find him stupid and annoying.
Yes.
But you become smarter. Kind of. When Caesar, I think you kind of adopted him, haven't you? You just realized that. Is he a little boy?
Oh, God.
It's Daddy Flake.
I've already got one adopted child, which I don't
See,
even
he
know
can't
where
help.
he
He's
is.
done it before. He's doing it again. He can't help himself.
I'm collecting children. What?
Can't collect children.
Why not?
They're not Pokemons.
You can't collect one of each race.
I bet you can.
Let's
Try
not
and
say.
stop me.
Let's not. Oh no, you should have
What
just
do you
given
put
Jar
them
Jar me.
How do we contain these children? Like, what do we put them in?
Click. The funny part is that Click's just sit there just looking at the two of you because you've not been discreet about this
We're
conversation.
talking very loud.
He's just sat there kind of looking at you, just like, and that kind of amusement that you kind of get like crows and ravens kind of have. And he's like,
No, I thought I had a spell for that.
and you
but I
start to
don't.
understand where he gets his name
No.
Click from. As he's just like,
No.
No!
See, I've heard of this spell where you make this like funky invisible mansion thing, and if I learned that, you can keep them in that. Oh, it sounds so cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's go back
Let's do
upstairs
it.
and learn it.
I need to level up or some shit.
Okay, let's do that.
let's do that.
Let's go to the gym or something.
Let's go to the gym or something.
Let's get some sick games, bro, and then we can.
Yeah. Or put in place some really stupid economic policies like Brexit and call that leveling up. You bunch of
There we go!
This work event's getting very out of hand.
Click nudges you, Lisa, about, and he just goes like,
I don't know.
yes.
Yes.
I know.
Only on Wednesdays.
Hey! 2 days ago, I bit a fucking Kraken.
Are the Kraken's fighting you?
Whatever! I slept through the rest of it. I don't know.
No, I don't know what the Kraken just
It's
Listen,
weird. And
Mom.
then I
told us.
blasted its eye out with lightning breath.
That's
It's like, that leaves an impression. It was weird and fucked up. And tasted bad. And there's a really bad smell after it.
bad.
There's a really horrible smell after it shut its eye out with lightning. It's, you ever smelled an eye boil? Instantly with lightning?
Yeah, it's like
Ah.
daily, yeah.
No, don't do it. Nasty.
No.
No.
I'm scared.
What?
Are you okay? You feel better now that you got that off your chest?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay,
It's much better,
good.
yeah.
Have some more wine.
Okay.
I mean grape juice.
Yeah, grape juice.
A few more hours pass.
God.
No, I'm going to assume this is like a conversation as the goes up. Oh, I'm gonna
Jaeger bombs come out and fucking hell.
don't!
That's fucking jagged bastards. It's gonna fucking numb.
A few more hours pass as it starts getting right into
You know what I'm gonna do? The next mushroom, I'm gonna name it after you. I'm gonna call it.
Nicest thing I was ever said.
Belle stopped drinking at this point because Belle's just like,
Damn it.
oh fuck.
But you do call it night or spring.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Belle wants to be sober to remember all this. So she can use
So,
it against him later.
We're going to have some wonderful effects on rolling the mushrooms you grew on the ship as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, to grow on gunpowder.
I could
Yeah,
have made
he still has
explosive
the
mushrooms.
gunpowder stuff as well, the explosive powder.
I could have made explosive mushrooms. I guess that could be a thing.
Do you want to say, we want to call it a little bit, say that while on the ship in those days, that's what you were working on?
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
explosive
I'm sort of doing. It's a daily thing I do. I'm on my persons. I've got my little ones I grow myself. They're still there.
Yeah, healing mushrooms, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
You had because I tried to make one in the crow's nest, didn't I? Did I leave it up there? I forgot why I
no,
didn't do
you eventually moved it to under the
Oh, that was right.
stairs.
it.
Roll a, is that alchemy
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it being
Yeah.
alchemy.
Hey, Fluff. Give me 1 second.
You want to roll an alchemy check.
Yes. I
Um,
do believe that is. There it is. Ooh. I mean, the roll wasn't good, but that's still 15.
15. So, after you made this kind of explosive powder, I think it was a few days into the voyage, you started to mix it in with the soil and fertilizer on the ship, trying to see if that can have an effect on the mushrooms. And using alchemical and nature knowledge kind of put together, you feel like you had a way to do it. Unfortunately, for several times you tried this, the mushrooms either didn't grow, or when they did, they just didn't get to maturity age of a mushroom. You did at the very end figure out what was going wrong, managed to fix it, and you will have to say that you have half a dozen, so 6 explosive mushrooms that can
Another
be
song
used.
title, write it down.
That will have the same range distance as a thrown dagger, so about 20 to 60 feet, and
Alright.
will do a 2d6 explosive damage with fire damage. Basically,
2d6 fire
I'm
damage.
just seeing you frisbeeing mushrooms at people.
Forget the holy fucking hand
no, we'll
grenades.
do actually 2d6
Do
necrotic
mushroom
damage.
grenades.
Actually,
You want necrotic damage?
yeah, we'll do necrotic damage because you maybe use like a form of gunpowder or an explosive power to create them, but because of their nature and your sense of nature as a cleric and a
mushrooms.
druid, they've instead of like a physical
zombies,
explosion
zombies.
force, it's almost like they're almost like mini blight spells, but they affect a 10-foot radius.
It's gonna be called the necrotic
blight
springer.
spells,
Named
you
after,
say?
The necrotic springer.
named after you.
No, that's a song title. That necrotic springer.
So was it 2d6?
2d6 necrotic damage.
Much
10
better than the
foot
holy
radius.
hand grenade.
Yeah.
Necrotic. Jesus. 10 foot.
And it will be a con save based on your spell DC.
Okay. Con save.
Oh dear.
And you now
Sorry.
and you now have in Flake's memory how to make these. They'll take about 3 days to grow,
Yeah.
but you can make more if you have the right
3
materials.
days to grow. Yeah. Need gunpowder. Nice. Okay. And we got items to well,
Back to the present.
To the
Late.
future.
Even getting late, it's now getting like 10. It's now closing more to like 11 to midnight of the day.
That's good,
when
bud.
when you all kind of eventually decide that's it, we'll call it a day and head up to your separate rooms, getting to bed, and over the hammocks, which are kind of sunk in, you do sink into these beds a bit, but they're just a bit more, there's more resistance, and you just feel like, it's a different, again, it's like when you head back to Solid Land, it's different, not wobbling all over the place, but it's like, yeah, so tired to have like a different kind of thing, you're just like, gone.
It's like going back to your own bed after staying in a hotel room for like last
Yeah.
2-3 days.
Yeah.
First night back in bed after Boston Festival.
If anyone needs to take another long rest for whatever reason, they can. And we will pick up next week in the morning of the next day. But before we call end to the stream, you all have leveled up. Fighting that Kraken. You guys are more than entitled to level up, so we'll do a proper quick roll of HP here, and then...
Remind me to do it next session.
Alright.
Yeah, I need to decide what
Yeah.
class I'm going to do, because, yeah, I've literally got 3 options.
yep. I've
Yeah.
got some.
Yeah, 'cause that's when I need to be up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I need
if
to
you
go
know what
through it.
class you're going to do, you can roll HP for the class.
Nope.
Well, you're both Rogue and Bard are DA, aren't they?
Yeah, but I might add another.
Oh, fuck's sake, no.
I don't know if I want to add.
Because there's a slightly different path that he's going to be going down.
And remember, when you do roll HP, re-roll ones. Nothing worse than rolling a 1 on more HP.
So I get nothing at level 3 is for cleric, just HP.
We'll have access, spellcasters, to 6 level spells.
Very nice. What do I get at level 9? Nothing at level 9 either, so I must say click.
Let me look into it and then
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll roll on Discord if I have to.
No, that's alright. It's just something I want to do in front of it. If you roll on, I'll believe it just meant to re-roll once. But yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Sorry we've been away for about a month and a half, or however long it's been. Hopefully we can get back to regular weekly sessions again.
Regular? What's that?
And everything. And hopefully before long, Kara will be able to join us again at the table.
Now you appear.
As I said, we have missed her at this table. We've missed having Danita, being proper chaotic with this group as well. And
I missed the wife.
Yep. And hopefully, some point soon, we can probably find a 5th member to round out this party, and I can then kind of retire Click. That's not clicking because I
Need
Just-
more people.
Oh, thank you.
Need more people.
Always
Um,
need more people.
But until next Monday, guys, everybody stay safe, keep well. Please remember, all of you are important to somebody, so please keep hanging in there. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask get for help. These last 2 years have been stupidly trying on everybody, and mental health is probably more important now than it ever has been. Please, stay safe, keep well. Until next Monday, we'll see you.
Laters.
So now you decide you want to appear for the people in camp.